Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back yet again to another edition of the Comicsgate Commandos. This one is, I feel like Trump there. Wow, what a great show, the Comicsgate Commandos, number 61. Thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. It's never a dull week around Comicsgate, is it? It's always a fun thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on my co-hosts for this evening. We've got Carbon Heart. What's up, Carbon?
Yes, sir. Hail, General Q. Hail, chat. It's good to be back.
How's your week been?
Pretty good. Lots of things going on, like you say, in the world of Comicsgate, also in the world outside of Comicsgate.
There's a world outside of Comicsgate?
Yeah, lots of things happening. I've been preparing. I've been tooling up for the coming wars. The many wars that are coming. Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Well, let me
mocking
bring
up
on
some makeshift devices, like a launchable hand cannon.
Oh,
You launch from your wrist, like in Taxi Driver.
nice.
That's gonna come in handy. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Or there's a joke in there about wrists and hands. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little off this afternoon. Good God. We're gonna okay, let's try this. Hold on one second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Comicsgate Commandos, number 61. I got my special co-host here, Carbon Heart. Carbon Heart, how you doing today?
It's a bright new day.
Yes, it's fantastic. Let me bring on my second co-host for this evening, Frederick Guman. What's up, Frederick?
Good morning, CG Commandos. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're sounding good, Frederick.
I moved to Brave browser. It seems to have fixed a lot of issues.
Nice. That's what I'm on too. Very nice indeed.
Well, I'm on some.
So did you hear that Alberta, Canada, applied to become the 51st state of the United States?
Yeah, it's hilarious. I can't wait to see how that goes.
It's gonna be good.
It's a clown show. I mean, Trudeau was already like head clown. Like, how do you top Trudeau, right? You bring in a guy that hasn't lived in Canada in like 10 years from London, and you have him become the prime minister of the country on the platform that fuck Trump, right? That's their whole messaging. And they got elected after driving the country down for 8 years. So it's a mess. It's a mess. What can I say? But Alberta's got the oil, so if a province can pull it off, it's them.
Yeah,
but
good
I
natural
expect shenanigans.
Do you feel like you guys actually have like a choice in the matter? Is it really? You really feel like the votes really matter? Because it seems like horrible things have been going on over there, and it's just we're going to elect another guy.
Vote matters. Our politicians love us, Patrick. It's a wonderful country. Help us, help me.
It's like Spy Kids. He's going to start speaking, and he's going to start speaking. You know what I mean? When they rewind the video and they play it backwards. And
I've been blinking in code all along, and you haven't picked up on anything. Why you're not paying attention there?
I'm sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on our returning special guest star for this evening. He's one of the few people who have ever returned to the Comicsgate Commandos show. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, Hojo. What's up, Hojo?
What's up, fella?
How you
What's going
doing?
on, chat? Hey, yo.
So you have the Mythicals 1 through 3 right now.
Yep.
You're just wrapping up. You've got your you came back from the printer and you've been sending them out, I guess, over the past 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, I checked on yours today. It'll be there Saturday.
Awesome. Cool. So how does that feel? Your third comic book under your belt?
Pretty good. It's all happened. It's been about two years and maybe some change, a few months, like since I launched book 1. So I mean, a lot has happened. So I've pretty much been chilling for 2 straight years. So it feels like 2 years sometimes. It feels like 2 weeks, and sometimes it feels like 8 years. You know, because it's all relative in the social atmosphere. You know, time is relative.
Yeah.
It's almost non-linear, so you can think it's like 2 weeks ago, but like, no, we were just discussing that, like that's from like a year ago, but oh shit. I go back to a DM. I haven't DM group I haven't checked in like 9 months, and I don't even know any of the people in there. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So but it's fun to have that book out there. Like the third one, like to get to number 3, I think that was it's a pretty good achievement in 2 years.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
I would say.
And at the quality that you deliver too. I mean, your art is spectacular, the colors are spectacular, the writing's spectacular, everything is just, it's like top notch.
Straight business, homie.
I said it before, but you and Von Claus are two of the two guys who I like kind of look up to. Like you guys are like, you're doing it. You weren't in there in the professional sphere.
I'm 5'7", man. You don't have to look up to me. But I do have photographic proof. I'm taller than Billy Tucci.
Billy Tucci's shorter than 5'7"?
Yeah.
Oh.
Spoiler. But he's got he's bigger. He's larger than life.
Yes, he is, and he's a great guy and a very talented artist. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I've been
let me
for a long time. But
let me say hello to the chat here. We got Frederick. He's right here with us. Hello, Frederick. We've got Hojo. He's right here with us. This song is pretty sick, isn't it?
We used to have that on our workout mix. My last duty station.
Nice.
Yeah.
That one gets the blood pumping.
Yep.
We've got Adam Weber. What's up, Adam? How you doing, man? We've got Art Haida. YouTube not notifying me. Patty's going live. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. As the kids say, weird.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're shadow banned. I mean, we do say some gamer words on here.
That is true. And talk about how the Epstein list still isn't released yet.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. Actually, that is a topic I want to bring up after we're done introducing the chat here. We got Katie's channel. She says, "Woo, CG Commandos." What's up, Katie? Thank you for being here. Hail Hojo, she says. We've got B.A. Turner. What's up, man? How you doing? He says, "Привет, мой брат. Привет, как дела сегодня?" We've got. Did I say hello to Adam Weber? Hi, Adam Weber. If I haven't said hello to you yet. And we've got Sleeping Psychopathy. What's up? Let's go. Michael Ferraro. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. Hail Commandos. Hail chat. Belmont Press. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Looks like we got Liam here. Nice. How you doing, Liam?
Oh, it's Liam. Liam, no hard feelings, man. I was just speaking my mind.
Yeah. Is there some?
No, this is a long time. I think he misinterpreted something I said. Like I was like, just focus on your book. Don't let these people get to you. Just fucking do your shit.
That's right, Liam. That's right, Liam. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
That's a long time ago. Well, a long time ago. It's like months ago, but it feels like a long time ago.
Oh, I kind of recall that now. There was some.
I showed up. I showed up in his chat one time, and I was like, dude, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's got a good book on his hands there, and some of the work that he's shown recently was really, really cool. There's not many people doing dinosaur books, so keep it up, Liam. Let's see here. Who do we have here? We have. He says I got notified, which means he's subscribed and hit the notification bell. Thank you, sir. All right, that's everybody. Okay, so there was Trump said there was going to be some they're going to release some information that would be like world shattering, essentially.
No, yeah, I heard him speaking it up.
Did I skip you, G-Dash? I'm sorry. How you doing, G-Dash? Long time no see. People are saying that that's probably that there's some information about people in his department or in his cabinet who were essentially covering it up. What do you guys think the likelihood of that is?
When did he say this? I can't speak on it if I didn't see anything.
That's fair enough.
Policy. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Maybe I should.
It's going to be huge. Your Trump impression is it's better than mine, and I don't say
Thank you.
People. Oh, you do. Oh.
We've never said anything so important.
So important.
Well, the thing is, we know that powerful people obviously were involved, on that plane and on the flight logs. Chances are that there are so many powerful people involved that it's probably in everyone's best interest that it was swept under the rug,
Yes.
because it would probably be shattering on like a national security level if all these people got convicted.
Oh, you're smarter than I thought. Yes. Yep.
It would,
That's
yeah, it would
absolutely
be
correct.
shattering on a governmental level across all the nations of the world, I think. Here, let me share this here. It's just a short little clip here, and everybody's kind of, exploding about it.
Oh yeah.
We're going to, as you know, the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. We're going to UAE and Qatar. And
be
that'll
big.
be, I think it's Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think
So
before
we
that,
were not
a very, very big announcement to make. Like
huge.
big it gets, and I won't tell you on what, but it's gonna, and it's very
It's gonna be
positive.
big. Yeah, I heard this.
Positive. I can't keep that up.
Hmm.
It is really, really positive.
That's what they tell me.
It will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made
Maybe the biggest.
about a certain subject.
They're going to buy Bitcoin.
Certain things we haven't talked about in a while.
Have maybe
Could be
before
big,
we
could be-
you know, the
could be
Middle East
small.
and Saudi Arabia.
No, I don't think so. I
So, what do you guys
I mean,
think?
the dude is a world class bullshitter. I will say that. I mean, world class. He's a salesman.
Wait, you're a conservative. You're supposed to like love Trump. Hold on.
Man, I'm a realist. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he realizes the capacity of what maybe he thinks that he, like what Carbon Heart was speaking of, like what would happen. Some major shit, man. Like, a lot of people think they killed JFK over finding some dirty shit like that. There is a machine, man, and I'll say that there is a machine that cannot be stopped sometimes. And you could come in there and you can start slicing away, but once you get into some white meat in the underbelly, they're gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm not in the military anymore, and I don't want to talk about my former profession. But I'm just saying, like, when Chuck Schumer said that they can screw you 6 ways from Sunday, he wasn't wrong. I mean, it's deeper than people think, man. Like, these people run the world, and they don't like being messed with.
Mm-hmm.
That list. I mean, do you people think that Prince Andrew chick? You think she wasn't suicidal? You think she was suicidal? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, she
that,
announced
like-
a month earlier that she wasn't. She
Right.
said, "I'm not suicidal. If something happens to me, investigate it, treat it seriously." And then
oh, you're already getting this stream removed. I'm sorry.
Well, we
Let's
gotta
talk
be
about
careful with
comic
the
books
words.
and-
The words we use, and that just happened within the last week. That she unalived herself, self-deleted.
Man. I mean,
Yeah, man. I
if
mean,
you-
people have killed for way less.
way less. And then the thing that gets me out of all of this that's happened, and because a lot of people, let's be honest, let's be frank, when you see online people talking about this, they weren't paying attention to politics until probably 2015, and at the earliest 2007 when Barack Obama came on the scene and the media suddenly became kingmaker, and that's why they're mad that they couldn't get Hillary Clinton elected. I think the media took it personal. They're like, the American people, F you, we know what's better for you.
Right.
But man, I forgot where I was going with that one. Michael Flynn, that's the one that hurt me the deepest because I was his driver. I was in the Army. I was his driver for like 2 weeks until
wow.
It wasn't my fault. It's just silliness. I had to go do real work. But I couldn't be a driver. I was too good at what I did. But he was a good dude, man. I refuse to believe any of the things that they say negative that he did. They like when people call him a traitor. Like I flipped out online. I had 3 accounts banned on Twitter when I first started. I was like, "Are you effing kidding me?" Like I flipped out on people, and it's that's the one that hurts the most. Like what they did to him and what they could. When I see people, like I went to Wikipedia and it said that he was a traitor, like that he was charged with treason. He was never charged with treason. So, sorry.
Well, it's easy to just slap a name on somebody when you want to discredit them in front of people. Like
and that bullshit don't work on me, man. You could see it.
Good.
You could see people try to come after me. They're like, "Oh, you're a racist." No, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. At the end of the day, I'm a realist. I see things quite objectively.
Joe, what's your opinion of Eric Snowden? And I mean, on a general level, the idea and what's his name, Julian Assange.
Why you got to bring that name up?
Well, I mean the concept. No, the concept of revealing military documents on a general level. Do you agree with that being chargeable as treason?
At the end of the day, black and white, yeah, man, that is what he did. Regardless of the like, we're looking at we can use a legal term, intent. Intent, did he intend to like spill secrets and try to defect to defect to Russia? I mean, that's where. No, I don't think so. But at the end of the day, like what he did was treasonous. Like what he did, I'm not saying I agree with it, but at the end of the day, if they bring him on American soil, you should be arrested and tried for treason. I'm sorry, but those are the rules. Just like they did with that guy that took the fucking, excuse my language, the pictures on the sub. He got in trouble for like revealing classified information. I understand, but the intent was not there. But the law is a law. That is a very black and white issue with me. And believe me, it is a very black and white issue with me.
I agree.
Would it be? But here's the question, though: is it? Well, first of all, Sleeping Psychopathy says my former boss was high school buddies with Snowden. He's a snot-nosed nerd with a raging ego. She said.
I believe it, but that doesn't mean. I don't know where she was going with. Is it he or she? I don't know.
She.
Like
Sleeping Psychopathy is a girl.
Yeah, I don't have a lady. Don't say girl, a lady.
My bad. My apologies. Look, she calls me a twink on a daily basis. I can call her a girl.
Oh yeah, you can call her a bitch then. I don't care.
Daily basis.
Well, pretty frequently.
Whoa. I don't know what kind of weird relationship you guys got going on. I don't want to talk about that.
It's it's codependent. That's what it is. We must talk shit on each other. Hello, Flady. How you doing, man? So, but here's the question though. So, say you live in like. Actually, that'd be a great example. Say you live in Australia, where they like lock people up.
Sorry, Liam. I'm just
kidding. And no.
Yeah, I can't believe that, man. That. Go ahead, but because I got a story about some Australians.
Well, so you live there, right? And say at the levels of government where these actions were undertaken, obviously unjust actions taken upon the citizens of the country, you were able to figure out like how that came about, and maybe it was through some sordid dealings, but that's all, like secret information that you can't release. It's not military information. I understand that. Right. Is that where we draw the line? Because there's a point at which it's like doing the right thing is right, regardless of whether or not within the context of your country it's illegal or treasonous. See,
then you get into morality,
right?
And you get into it's revealing it's like revealing a text message or something. Like it may not be illegal at that point, but like it still looks bad upon. I mean, it's a conscience thing. It's on you, bro. I don't give a shit. If it's as long as it's not treasonous or illegal, like it might be weird and embarrassing. I might actually be one of those motherfuckers and be like, but still, that's your right. I guess that's a moral thing. That's a there's another word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like it's a value, something like that.
Yes.
I guess it would depend on whether or not it's even going to make a difference.
Right. Yeah. And these are extreme hypotheticals.
Yeah. Like say if you felt so compelled that you can't turn your back on something, that you wouldn't even be able to live with yourself if you didn't feel it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, hell yeah. I've been there, bro.
B.A. Turner says, our military leadership is damn corrupt at times. Lol, they shouldn't be shielded from the law or justice.
Yep. He's not saying anything about Zack Snyder, so I can emphatically say he's right. No, he's right on that. No,
I think it's the Zack Snyder thing is
you know what they've actually done with Lady Justice? They pulled one up on the eye, and it's the left eye, if you know what I mean. There is no balance of justice anymore. They're just like the two-tier justice system. There was actually a three-tier justice system, in case you didn't know. So
Y-
no,
yeah.
don't put that up there. I don't want to see that.
By the way, Liam, if you're still in the chat, I was only kidding. Don't be angry with me. I
Yeah.
don't want Liam to be mad at me.
No. Oh yeah. Speaking of
Oh,
Australia, like I served with some great SAS. I don't know if that's what they call them down there. The Australians, kind of like a special forces thing. They get issued rum. Those are some of the coolest people because it's a dry country as far as the United States is concerned. When you're overseas, you can't drink. They bring in fucking Abduls. Can you believe that? It's like a slap in the face. It's like bringing in I can't say it. It's really gonna be bad. It's like bringing in a woman that's not really a woman. Be like, hey, there you go. Like that's not it.
you can say it. A Thai lady girl is what he was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna
Or
say
lady
there are
boy.
ladies. There are ladies in the chat. I can't do that.
No, you can say whatever you want here. God knows I've said worse things. Gosh darn it. So Edward Snowden, I mean, he did really reveal some information about the DoD, which they had been saying was not a real thing, but it is a real thing. It's like this. I have a problem anytime the government lies to its own citizens. And I understand that there are instances where you can't reveal information for security purposes, but I do think that whole, like, for the security of the country, like, excused.
Sometimes that's a blanket term. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like
Yeah,
it.
and it's been
National
used to do all
security.
kinds national security. That's what I was looking for. It's
Like-
used to excuse all kinds of just egregiously horrible activities. Am I too loud?
No.
No, you're good.
So like for instance,
Names like Clapper and Brennan, those guys, the NSA, that shit.
yeah, well, and the
They should be in prison right now.
or like you know, the whole COVID thing, for instance. It was I know it's different, it's not military national security, but it was this whole like, we need to do this for the nation and everybody needs to band together. And it turns out that all that information that all the conspiracy theorists like myself were saying, like, oh yeah, it was probably, you know, made in China with the help of the CDC,
Yeah.
that Wuhan lab that is named coronavirus. And everybody was like, that's a step too far, brother. And
Yeah,
then
shit, man, you going full nude on that one, brother.
oh,
Isn't
for
it
sure.
funny
Say that
how
3 years ago.
exactly there were things that we were saying between the years of 2020 and 2023.
What you
that
just said
everyone
was the
like,
the audio equivalent of pulling your penis out. You couldn't do that. I'm serious. Like
Kind
people
of.
be like, whoa, you're out of here. You're out of here. You can't be on here anymore.
Mhm.
well, not so much anymore though, because it's actually been
Oh no, they've
confirmed.
relaxed. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've
They
relaxed
confirmed it to be true.
Right.
It's funny how everyone pretended. It's like, oh yeah, no. What do you mean? You're like, yeah, we've known that, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where were you in 2020 when I was saying this shit?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
No, and I see, Carbon, I
Uh,
feel your frustration because now, like, all the people who, because it wasn't just that they were like, hey, you're wrong, I think you're a crazy crackpot. Like, that's okay. You can call, you know, I have a lot of theories that people call me a crackpot for. That's fine. But what they were trying to do was destroy you and destroy your career and take you away from your livelihood so that you essentially couldn't live. If you had these opinions and you expressed them, you're done now. We're going to destroy you.
dude.
And it's funny because it's like, I was saying this shit to my good friends back at the time, people I'd been hanging out with for literally a decade. And they were just like, we're done with you. Like, we're not talking to you anymore. You're fucking crazy. We're done.
Oh,
And
man.
then now it all comes back that I was right about the most basic. It's so basic. It's called the coronavirus lab. And none of the, you know, there'll never be a point where they go, hey guys, we fucked up. We're sorry. We took that way too far. Wow, that really got out of hand. I mean, that escalated.
And,
Yeah,
it was,
it's
and
like-
at the end, it's a combination of look at all this power we can wield, and look at how we can shame our enemies, like ideological enemies, and then having to continue the lie, because at the end of the day, you could never admit you're wrong. The one thing that like politicians left and right are allergic to is
Mhm.
culpability, responsibility, integrity, honesty. Well, I can go down the list, but the one thing that really doesn't, the mea culpa never effing happens, you know? That shit, like, just at some point, you know, an apology to the American people would just, you know, that shit would go a long way.
Yeah.
like my kids hopefully one day will say, sorry, Dad, I fucked up. They're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's this. Hey, he was him. But just, and that's what you see. That's what you see. Children, as Rush Limbaugh, I'll give you an impression, folks. Hollywood is politics is Hollywood for the ugly. That's what it is, man. These people are retarded, man. They're functionally retarded. Like, they're all lawyers and bankers and hedge fund managers and celebrities now. And like, there's the term civil servant, please, public servant. Shit, that's a slap in the face to people like me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Especially when these people have their insider trading stuff, where they're making.
Oh, and then the
millions upon
Nancy
billions.
Pelosi's of the world, and
Yeah.
and then you got your race hustlers like fucking Al Sharpton. The list goes on and on. It's just the left slant and it's the lying that I can't stand too. Like, I'm at that point too. Like, I'm a parent. The lying and then just not taking responsibility for it. That's strike two, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You keep it up, and actually the left saw what happens when you keep it up. And I hope to hell, like, these next year and a half go by and we can just ride it out to where people still have that long memory. Be like, wait a minute. If we do go back, we're breaking shit now, but at least they're trying to fix it.
Mm.
If we go back, we're really fucked. Because they're going to come back even harder for retribution. That's what it really is.
Yep.
Each time it's political retribution. It's eye for an eye. It's like, you did this to me. We didn't get our way. Watch what we do to you and your people. Man, fuck you. Man,
They're going to come back real hard, man.
I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, I live in a community and I live in an area of the world, but like, you can try that shit. You could really try it, but it ain't going to work. Like, we're locked in. We're all locked in, and it's a pretty diverse community. But we all believe in one thing: freedom and our children. That's two things, and our children's future. Like,
and a ruthless efficiency. That's three things. Children.
Yeah. What JFK always said, like, he in his, I don't know, it was somewhere at the University of Berlin, I think. He said at the end of the day, like, he was trying to end the partisan shit. Like, JFK would be a conservative today.
Yeah.
The left hates to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a secret thing. He was trying to take away these fighter contracts for people he didn't want to vote for him, which was kind of brilliant, but part of the military industry. Anyway, so he said,
he all fucked around with the wrong people. Yeah.
He said, we all have three things in common. He said, we all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future, which is where I stole that from. And we're all mortal. At the end of the day, people you need to kind of, and I tell people in America, it's like, I'm this, I'm a gay American. I'm this American. At the end of the day, just be a post-American. Just be a fucking American, because that's what ties us together. Because the political elite, they have done their damnedest for the past 16 years, since right around 2005, to drive a wedge between the American people for fucking votes. Because they saw voter numbers going down. Because the 90s generation, my generation, came the closest to all of this harmony. Like, the shit our parents worked for in the 60s and 70s. Like, we got it.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had low voter turnout. Rock the vote wasn't working anymore. Let's get the people whipped up. I know. Race. Let's do it again. Like, man, that shit don't work on me either. Because I was in the army, because at the end of the day, we bleed red and we wear green. I don't care about the rest of it. I don't give a fuck about the rest of it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, man.
No.
I mean,
I love it. It's
on that
awesome.
note, though, it's pretty relevant right now that it's only been 4 months into the new presidency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the race baiting that's been happening
in
the last 4 months. Bro, people are so whipped up right now that it's almost turning into a full-fledged on-the-street race war.
It's my friend at work. I'm sorry to cut you off. His marriage it's in the shitter right now because he married this lady and her daughter is half black and her husband is black, and they're just so like, I mean, he's like, she doesn't even want to be with him anymore because he voted for Trump and they think he's a Nazi. They call him a Nazi on Facebook, and she don't do anything about it.
Huh.
That's crazy, dude. It's out there.
It's a shame,
Yahtzee.
Like,
Yahtzee. I'm sorry. I don't know all that etiquette because I'm 43 years old and
there is no etiquette.
2 years ago. I don't give a shit.
on this show we say anything. Yeah, but dude, like, how have we regressed so much? It's like I feel like the '90s we were ahead in terms of, like you said, we reached harmony to a degree, right? And like,
Yeah, to a degree,
I don't know, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and like now it's like, look at the regression now. You have people arguing over essentially nothing, dude. It's like,
Nothing,
we're
man.
throwing words at each other. And I'm like, dude, actually, I'm not going to get into the whole story, but just the other day, this week, I went to the store and I saw some people get at it, white versus black, over something that somebody said. And I'm standing there and I'm like, you fucking serious right now? I needed to leave. I'm like, and then they started congregating. Because once you know that people start congregating, like a group is starting to pile up, I'm like, okay, in seconds, a punch is about to be thrown, you know? So I'm like, it's crazy how much the media can affect day-to-day life. It's insane.
So I would like to pose something to you guys. This whole, so you know, I wasn't really cognizant during the most of the 90s. I mean, I was born in 93. So, you know,
Oh god.
it's one of those things where it's like,
You missed some cool shit, bro.
oh, you're telling me, man. I should have been born in 83. That would have been like primo for me, especially considering the things I love, you know, like Soundgarden and all that stuff. Anyway, point is Soundgarden is the best band of all time. It seems to me that all this stuff, I mean, there's the money thing, you know what I mean? But it's a concerted effort on the side of politicians, the media, and I guess I'm going to consider Hollywood separate from, you know, the actual media, even though they're
kind of one and the same now.
They are. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's a concerted effort between all of these people who are in the positions of power of information to make this a reality in our country. And it just seems to me like it's like this. People are like, they want to go to Occam's razor. They say, well, usually the easiest, you know, the solution to something is usually the simplest explanation for it. I disagree with that. I think that that's sometimes the explanation for something, but I think on complicated levels of essentially geopolitical power that we have going on all across the world here, it is inconceivable that it's just, oh, you know, some guy took some money from somebody else, and that's really all it comes down to is, you know, just a minor problem, that's a minor thing that somebody did. I think that it's a concerted effort because there is a concerted effort to, I'm sorry, Alex Jones now.
Well,
the globalists want to take over.
I was going to say globalization.
Yeah. I've got a nephew and he looks like Alex Jones, and I had him and I was just like, I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob.
Yeah. Right there. The Return of the Frogs gay.
Right, Return of the freaking Frogs gay. I'm kind of
military industrial complex. I'm kind of
But I mean, he's not wrong. I don't think he's wrong about the whole
globalism
is not where I would stop. I would keep going up the ladder for like, because it always comes down to a motivation. Nothing happens or has ever happened without somebody putting it into motion because they wanted something.
Yeah,
so I don't believe this whole like, oh, it's just random kind of.
It's usually the Rothschilds. That's usually be the explanation. Well, Carbon, how old are you? Like, I mean, like in a ballpark figure. You mean like a 5-year between X and Y?
I'm in my mid-30s.
Okay, all right. See, when I was younger, like this extra factor you just talked about, like the IMF and, you know, the World Economic Forum, that factor, that variable wasn't in the equation when we were talking all this nonsense, you know, the 90s and you know, they're taking over the global, you know, there was none of that. Like that was a James Bond plot to, you know, tie into this, you know, like that wasn't a thing. That's a different, there's a lot of money in that, man.
Well, the internet is a huge factor too, because we have to be honest. The internet has changed the world. Pretty much post 2000 is when you could see a marked difference in a lot of people's behaviors because of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and knowledge too. I mean, like you're saying, there are things that were unheard of. I mean, like that we're talking about right now. That if we said this like in '94, people would look at you and start scratching their head and saying,
you know,
Look at the charts.
Now it's
and it's now that you can make all this stuff on the internet and show people actual, like, you could like bullshit people and talk to people in a parking lot or in the library all you wanted, but now you can create all this shit on the internet and like draw stuff up and be like, look, this, and this, and pull all this information. The access to information has I don't even have a word for it. Like
Exponentially skyrocketed.
No, I mean there's even more than exponential. It is a big boom, like
Extraponentially.
Yeah, exactly. It changed the information at the end of the day, and I can tell you this from information is the most valuable resource in the world. I can
only imagine you being in the military, like that must have been, no pun intended, drilled into you that information's the most important thing. You don't want to go in somewhere and have no info.
I was stationed at Fort Huachuca. That's the Army Military Intelligence Headquarters. Colonel Flynn, General Flynn, whatever he is now, Colonel Flynn, 111th MI Intelligence Brigade commanding. That was what we're on. He gave me awards, coins, all kinds of shit. He was a cool dude. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story, and this just shows how good of a person he is. I was 55 miles from the Mexican border. I drank tequila a lot. And I came to work, and I was his driver. Like I said, I'm like, I mean, it's a Humvee, man. It's and sometimes, most of the time, a van. Not a big deal. So, like, tequila smells after you maybe throw it up the night before, take 3 showers, brush your teeth, eat a whole thing of Tic Tacs. It's in your pores, man. It comes out, and you're sweaty and clammy. He's like, flashes that $1 million smile. He's like, I tied one on last night, huh? I was like, yeah, yes, sir. He's like, well, it doesn't happen again, huh? And that's it, because he's like, you're a professional. I was like, got it, right there. Never happen again. Life lesson. So, I was like 22, 21 years old. I turned 21 in basic training, so I was old. I joined I went and signed up for the military the day after 9/11. So,
yeah. That's a cool story.
Cool dude.
Yes, I love this. The Soundgarden love. I never get it. So
I listened to Soundgarden today. I liked Audio Slave, the first album.
You don't like the other 2 albums?
It got progressively worse. It was like Pearl Jam, like the first couple Pearl Jam albums. Like they were great, and then it was just like 1 or 2. 3 or 4, something like that. Like I think after Vitology, it wasn't for me anymore.
I love Audio Slave, but because of what you've just said about Pearl Jam, I'll let that what you said about Pearl Jam far outweighs what you said about Audio Slave. So nice.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No.
The first Audio Slave album.
Temple of the Dog is sick. Yes.
Temple of the Dog was great.
I was listening to like an outtake of that today. Yeah.
My brother and I are doing we're gonna try to go around and do some acoustic stuff.
I see a guitar back there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually my first guitar. It's an electric. But so we're going over all these different songs, and there's 2. There's Times of Trouble, which I feel like is,
that's a long song. It is long. Drummer, that's an easy beat though. I like Matt Cameron.
And there's a Matt Cameron's so sick. And it's one of those things where it's like you want to when you play acoustically, you don't want to like vocally belt at the audience a lot. You can get away with a little bit.
Do like Plush from Some Temple Ballads. If you're gonna stay in there, that's like what we would do. Like,
nice.
Yeah, Plush is. Oh, I forgot it. I should mention that to him.
That
was a long song too. That's like 5 minutes, isn't it?
It depends on how long.
It's a long one.
Yeah, Plush kind of lingers on a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you think it's over.
Nutshell from Alice in Chains. That's
there you go. That's one of the best songs ever written.
Which one from Alice in Chains?
Yeah, I love that.
Alice in Chains?
Nutshell. Number 1 on the Unplugged album.
Yeah. I like their whole that whole MTV acoustic album Unplugged is so like I listened to Sludge Factory off that. I never liked Sludge Factory before, but then I heard their acoustic version of it, and I was like,
yeah, it's good.
Damn,
yeah.
Like,
that's the best Unplugged album MTV put out. Period.
Yeah,
and I'll die on that hill. I mean, I don't really like Nirvana. I never really liked Nirvana that much.
Well, the Nirvana Unplugged album is pretty solid.
It is good. It is good, and they have a live album or whatever. That's better than any of their studio shit. And about a Girl is probably like my favorite song by them, but that wasn't even on Nevermind. That was their first album, Bleach, I think.
They played a lot. My favorite song by them is not even one that they wrote. I think it was written by the band Fang. It's called "The Money Will Roll Right In," but the way they perform it in that live album is so.
Oh yeah,
sick.
yeah.
All it is, and so whenever we would my band back in the day, we would open, but we would just for the sound test, we would just play that song because it's just it's a fun song. It's super easy, fun song. Gosh, we're talking about 90s alternative rock, ladies and gentlemen. This is fucking amazing. Nice.
Yeah,
Do you ever hear of Tad?
Taste. Oh yeah, the fucking big dude. Like
yeah.
He had a chainsaw or something. Yeah, I remember that. Was it like Dig or something? Was that the song?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because
most people have never heard of Tad. I'm like, what do you?
That song. I'll give you a deep cut right here. Go watch. You like horror movies?
Kind of.
Go watch this 90s movie. It's got Eddie Furlong in it. It's called Brain Scan. It's about like a video game character that it's like he plays a video game where it's like he's the serial killer, but it's in real life or something. It's weird, and there's this character.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tad song is in the soundtrack, and it's fucking amazing. It's a good movie.
I'll have to check that out.
He's logging into a game, right? He's got a game system that he's logging in. And he flashes, he loses memory, and then things he has to figure out.
Yeah, and he kills his best friend or something, and like the cops are trying to get him. I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. It's crazy.
What's up, Bob Jester? He says Tad was the shit, and he says Throat Locust. And we also have Catalyst Vault. Alice in Chains is amazing. Saw them twice with Lane. Dude.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
Nice.
He died on I found out right before I left for the army. I think he died on 420 or
Whoa.
I got the I know. Or I found out on 420. It's crazy. It was less than a couple weeks later I left for the army. Actually, in 2 days will be 23 years since I shipped out. Shit.
Wow.
That's a lot of shit.
How much time did it feel? We were talking earlier. You were talking earlier about how time is kind of relative. How much time does it actually feel like to you?
10 years. It doesn't feel like that long ago. 23 years. I actually I wrote the Mythicals, what would become the Mythicals, over 20 years ago.
Isn't that sick? That's so cool.
2004. Yeah. I had a nightmare one day, and and here we are.
Did Nancy Moon save you from your nightmare?
No, that's how I came up with the villain, and I came up with the team a little after that. I was like, what if they fought the monster? And I was like, well, we got to find a way to tie it all together. The
Deacon, is that what the villain's name is? I'm sorry.
The Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna just bring that up here. Although I'm loath to stop talking about 90s rock, but ladies and gentlemen, man. The Mythicals 1 through 3. Hey, so do you want to share this and then you can scroll through it, or do you want me to scroll through it? It's up to you.
You can scroll through it. It's easy.
Okay. Well, let's watch the trailer first, shall we?
Sure.
Let's check it out. Very nice.
Yeah, dig the cat cover.
I got the other one.
You did? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one too, man. They're my children. I can't pick favorites.
I like the werewolf versus vampire, and it's more, classic comic book like. You know what I'm saying?
Wait till you see this connection. They're not gay. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
I kind of didn't assume that they were.
I don't know. He's got his mouth open. He's like, I got something for you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, this is like if you're not familiar with the Mythicals, is a horror action mystery that puts Nancy Moon, this little witchy woman with Level M, which is a covert task force comprised of creatures from myth and legend. They're on the government dime, and they're saving you from the forces of darkness, and you don't even know about it. Even though Lucas there would love everybody to know about it. Then there's the Inquisitor there, the bad guy. This is like, yeah, he's the mouth. He thinks he's the star of the book. He's like my '90s Lafayette. He's got all the pouches.
Look, if he doesn't die,
yeah, he's
a lot of people will consider him the star of the book.
Yeah, and oh yeah, that cover that you're talking about down there in the chat, Dan Kemp from Legendary Spawn run, and just about every Marvel title, DC type dude has worked everywhere. But I knew him from Spawn. He graciously agreed to do this. And when you see that green, you know that's Dan Kemp. If you ever go back and look at Spawn from the '90s, like when he colored what was his name? Greg Capullo. That right there. And this guy is actually a Greg Capullo fan and / clone, I guess you would say. You know, very, very. He's got that style. So this kind of looks like something that would have came from like Spawn or something. So it's pretty dope.
Very nice indeed.
Yep.
So I did want to ask you, is this page by a different artist?
Yeah, I've had to change pencilers with each campaign for various reasons, Just the way it happens, like schedules and different things like that. The issue 2 guy had to go do some work for Todd McFarlane he was doing like the Superman comic tie-in for like the toys or something that came out.
Gotcha.
And I had a schedule to keep, so I had to go with Carlos, which he was on my short list on book 2. He just didn't answer fast enough, So, but he already had he was already familiar. He had the characters designs, he had his sketches, he was already practicing the characters. Already had, I gave him a PDF of the book, and so he was already. It was kind of like we didn't miss a beat. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not busy right at all." So boom.
And this is one of those. I just, and maybe this is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm sorry, but to the folks at home who are wondering, you got this villain here. There's a lot out there that makes religion, especially Christianity, out to be the bad guy. And I'm hypersensitive to that, but that is not what
I've
experienced.
Him. No,
over the past 2 issues, not at all.
No. It's just a story. He has a backstory. There's a reason he's dressed the way he is, but it's just a story. It's not I'm not trying to talk down. I'm a very respectful person, especially when it comes to religions. I handle all this stuff with care. So just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. So I just wanted to alleviate people's worry if that was a concern.
Who's this artist?
Which one?
Hojo, who's the artist on the page above?
This one.
Yeah.
That's Thomas Tikas. He's from Greece. He's Greek.
Is he doing your issues continuously or just
no? We switched to Alexandria with issue 2. See, we had a scheduling conflict, and then with this one too. So it is what it is. But Carlos said, if I need him for issue 4, he'll drop what he's doing to do it. And he's already told his clients, he should be getting some clients after this one. But I've kept the same team everywhere else, inks, colors, letters, everything is everything's the same.
Who do you have on letters?
Rick Joseph. He's worked with Peter Cimetti on some Alterna stuff.
He's good. He does good work here.
Yeah, man. Good dude. Very fast.
Fantastic stuff. Look at all these.
Yeah, I got that Peter Gilmore cover with issue 1. So that's it. And then they Dimitri, he did the
wait a minute. The one on the here?
Yeah. So check this out. I'll flip through them. It's easier for that.
Because it's upside down. It's hard for me to hold on. Let me make it big.
It's a flip cover.
Oh, I guess that's why I had, because I have number 1. I just was like, wait a minute. I knew the first. Okay.
You if you might have the first printing though. This is
you took Peter's work and you put it on the back cover. Oh,
I had to, man. It was a coin toss, Peter. But I wanted everybody to have it. So, and then issue 2 and 3, we got the Dillard cover. Support John Dillard. And then issues.
Well,
The
here,
wraparound was
show us that. Show us the Dillard cover.
this is a Dillard cover.
Mm.
That's a homage of like a Hulk 353, I think. The transformation, and then this is Oliver Isabedra, who's I think he's doing some stuff. I've seen his name out there. He's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this was the biggest seller on issue 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the same guy who did the cat cover. So I brought him back because he's fucking dope.
Nice.
And then Alan Goldman did the one you got.
Very nice.
That's my favorite
And
the covers.
Really?
Did your team cover, or did your team, like your colors, for instance, do all of the covers too, or did they each have their own colors?
No, Peter doesn't want anybody to color his stuff, so Peter did that red. He's like, nobody's gonna color but me. All right. I was like, oh, got it. The issue 1 with Nancy and the team. That's I can't say it. I can't pronounce it. His last name is Eugene. He works with he does Dan Dolls with I think he did Lost Pages with the Diaz brothers.
Oh, okay.
A couple years ago, and the same colorist on the wraparound. And the guy on the left, I can't even for Nancy on the bench. It slips my mind on who did those colors, but the Dillard cover is a guy named Victor Medina. He's done a lot of mainstream stuff.
Okay, so the colors are more loosey goosey in regards
whatever
to like
whatever
team.
fits the art. Whatever
Okay.
fits the art.
Okay. Well, it all.
And I've done all these covers. All of these covers have been like my concept / sketch or something like that. This is all me. Like the wraparound. You should really see if I can find the post-it note on where I drew it. It's so retarded looking, but if you you'll look at it, you'll be like, oh, that's what he turned it into. God. Yeah.
You just gave him just a post-it note, a blurry
and I got
picture of a post-it note.
And well, no, I had all the little figures, but they were just. I mean, it was like this little thing, so it was like a little thing out, and then I was like, "This is Nancy, whatever." But and I got the best trading cards around, and that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Yeah,
you got them, didn't you? You got them. They're on the way. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I got 2 metal cards, and right there, boom. Those are the shit. They got little redacted dossier files on the back.
The metal ones are spectacular.
You guys know who Stefani Renee is?
No.
I think he's doing something for Ethan. He does a lot of work for Ethan, but that werewolf for one, that's him.
Wait, no, he's the colorist guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Martin also worked with him. He's actually really good. Stefani Renee?
Yeah.
I thought his last name was Stefani.
No, his last name's Renee. I talked to him about a year ago. He owed me that commission because he was real sick. I'm glad to see he's doing great. But there was a big commission list, and he moved me up there because I was like, I'll give you this much right now because I need it. He's like, all right. So,
hey, can I ask you guys a question? I want to ask you guys a question. This is going to get a little spicy, but I'm not going to name names. But if this person listens to this, then they'll know. And by the way, it's not you, Frederick. By the way, I do. Ooh, let me hold on a second. Let me show this to you guys. There is last time I sent out a print, a Paul Revauche print with my last issue of Phenomenon, and this time I'm sending out a different print, but this time the print was done by Frederick Gouman.
Right that's here. I like that.
Just spectacular. That's Blue Rose. She's our I wouldn't call her a femme fatale, but she's our female hero. Yeah. She is a Soviet, so you gotta judge people based off their actions and not off the clothes they wear in my comic book. But yeah, she's getting this this beautiful Plasrat. I mean, this stuff when you get close to it, I don't want to take it out of the case, but look at all the detail in this.
Yeah, that's really good.
Absolutely spectacular. Nice. It's so cool. Like the full size of it is it's really, really cool. I can't wait to frame that. I can't wait to frame all of my.
You got to get that colored though too. Is somebody gonna color that?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Carbon. Let me get myself. That's not what I meant to do. I'm back, but where did Frederick go? Is he gone? I thought he was here.
I thought he was too.
He says sound issue, BRB. Okay. Oh, well, that sucks. Right as I was what's up? How you doing? What's up, Christy? Nice to see you.
Oh, Kitty. Yeah, what's up?
Let me see here. Stop screen, present, share screen, window. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you know my colorist it's Peter Gilmore, always. And so he did this for me.
Wow.
Yes. Hide. Just spectacular work.
Let's zoom in on that. Yeah.
Yeah, the chrome looks really nice. The Plasrad looks super, super nice. We should have probably just like called each other and talked to each other in person about how we were going to do the Plasrad here. But instead we messaged on X and it was like,
yeah, just open like a StreamYard, like a back room or something.
That's what we should have done. But instead we sent back vague texts to one another.
That's what me and Dillard did. Yeah.
Look at the shine on her chrome there. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's the main focus of the piece, to be honest with you. And then we've got down here this beautiful Plasrad as well. Fantastic stuff. I'm really excited to send this off to people. And I just love, like, everything about this is so cool to me. Frederick's work on it, Peter's colors. Oh, here's Frederick right now. Welcome back, Frederick.
Hey, wouldn't be an episode without some sound issue. It had to pop out and back in. So glad you like it. Thanks for featuring it. It's a really cool piece.
It was fantastic work, man. Fantastic work. Skeleton Core says, Frederick was a figment of Patrick's imagination the whole time. The only reason we could all see and hear him was because Patrick's belief turned him into a tulpa. What's a tulpa? That looks awesome colored. I mean, chromatically enhanced. Yes, exactly. Yes. So anyway, but I brought down, I'm sorry. I had this horrible habit of bringing people on my show and then making it about me. Anyway, we're back to the cards here.
All right.
The cards are beautiful. The metal cards are even cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad and now I've got a big old card binder, so I'm glad I can fit it all in there. And then obviously, so you have the all the print collections here too as well.
Yeah, I turned the Gilmore cover. I just took the colors out and then made it a print. It looks dope. Eventually, I might want to put it on a poster.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a bunch of different options, folks.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
The thing about FundMyComic is you just keep putting it on your cart. You don't have to keep going back and paying shipping. You're good to go.
Really, that works for you?
Well, no, I mean like not the shipping thing, like the add-ons or whatever. You can put as many add-ons as you want, and I already have like a shipping amount set on that, so it'll only bump it up like a dollar.
The cart feature is good. I'm surprised Indiegogo hasn't figured that out. It's so easy to do.
I'm done.
Right?
After my Indiegogo is closing next Friday, and I'm done. I'm not going back I'm not even gonna back people on it anymore. I'm done, and I'll explain why they're very shady. And they're not.
Wait about 1 minute. I need to go take a piss real quick, and I'll be back, and then I want to hear about Indiegogo. Hold on 1 sec. Carbon, if you want to take over the reins here, you feel.
I'll get a beer, but I can still hear you and talk. I got my earbuds in. It's just like you're talking to my chair. It's got a sexy voice like you.
Is there a way to grab control? I don't think so. I think I have to share.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to share my screen.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. I'll pull up the campaign.
Sure. Yeah, if you pull it up on your end and replace Patrick's share, you'll be able to control it and scroll it.
Typing. Oh yeah, Belmont. How is daddy life? Well, I will say that like making comic books is not as easy as one thinks it is, but it's more fun than you think it is. I will say that. There's nothing like it. Like Belmont's and they're talking about his baby. Like each issue, like when you pick it that first one up from the printer, it's just like you never forget that. But each one, it's just as good. You're just like it doesn't get old. Like the smell, and you're like, oh, like you just see that cover. You've seen the cover, what, like 1,000 times because you've been promoting it and chilling it. People pulling up campaigns all the time. But once you get it in your hands and you're just like, shit, it's real. I really did
Physical,
do it.
holding it, you can smell it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kitty, don't get it twisted. There's a beer fridge right there. There's one right there, and then there's a one right there, which is also the kegerator. Yeah, Cecil would love.
So, which is the all-in tier where you can get all 3 issues?
I have a catch-up tier 1, which is you get everybody gets the that's the heavy one. Like you get all the books. Like I also have a line art sketch cover, flip cover of issue 1, and then you can just get the light catch up, which you get issue 1, and then you get to pick your cover of issue 2 or 3. So you get 3 books, $25, 10. You get 78 pages of story. Boom, boom, bam, bam, done. And it's customizable. You know, you can pick your drop down menu. That's also a nice feature when you ultimately, because on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, you got to create each individual tier. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a really nice feature here.
And if we're talking,
I gotta do the catch up. $25 is pretty damn nice.
There's a medal right there for brewing. So all I do is win. I got second place, but I think it was because the name of the beer was Russian Collusion. They're a bunch of liberal shit bags, and when they announced it was during COVID, when they were like, and Russian Collusion, and they're like, you heard people go, it's like, eat shit. So I think they
It's actually it's a pretty funny name for a beer.
What's a Russian Imperial Stout? That makes it even like I was like Russian Collusion. It's funny.
Yeah.
God, you people have no sense of humor, and when I say you people, I mean everybody else but me. Clarify,
Liberals.
You know? I don't want.
What do you mean, you
people? I don't want everybody else but me. I don't want anybody to be fucking singled out. Apparently, that's wrong nowadays. Some people should be singled out and shamed.
I agree.
Shamed hard.
We've got Benjamin Soto in the house. Hail Hojo.
I know him.
Says.
He does some fan art for issue 2.
Very nice.
Fuck, I know a lot of these people. I know Tank Ferret. I'm so glad you're still alive.
What's up, Tank Ferret? What is
Tank? How's it going, man?
I haven't seen Tank in or heard from him in any groups for months. You know, he does this, but like sometimes you never know. Like some people just might be away. Like Xevious, you know, RIP. Like he was just gone. And, you know, he's gone. Sucks, man. But yeah, Tank, it's good to see you, bro.
Tank's pretty active. He's got his digital bullpen now during the daytime. So
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I popped in the other day. Yeah.
Christy says, make shame great again. Yes.
That's right. I think you should bring back, we were at Legoland a couple of months ago in Florida, and I was like, they should bring back the stocks.
Yeah.
Make a fucking example of these people. You can have your broccoli smoothie and a swirly straw, but you can sit out here and people are going to be like, "What'd you do?" I'm an idiot, right? And what did we learn? You need to shame people because there are no consequences for some of these people.
Bring back bullying. I say it all the time. Bullying is an essential part of
people don't realize
weeding out bad behavior.
People don't realize it, but Biff Tannen was the hero of Back to the Future.
Yes, he was. What's up, Tenkage? Welcome.
He was the straw that stirred the drink, to paraphrase Reggie Jackson.
That is funny. Bully.
You know what
we
we really need to bring back tarring and feathering, though. That's my big thing.
Yeah, but then it gets
exclusively to politicians. You know what I mean? Like you have to be a politician to be tarred and feathered.
Bro, my senator's Mark Warner. I don't want to. I would just like to bury him in sand. Oh, not like, and give him a straw
in a fun
to breathe.
way,
and give him a straw to breathe. I don't want
on vacation.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft. That's how you
Minecraft,
do it.
Yeah. Okay, in Minecraft, yeah.
Don't worry, I probably said something similar about Hillary Clinton, and I'm still alive. So here we are. I mean, I'm alive
Yeah.
like physically. My
Yeah.
soul is dead, though. My hopes and dreams for life are gone. Okay. You know what? I do want to bring it a little bit back because I want to get your guys' opinions. No. We were going to talk about IGG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't like the tip system, the not answering creators, the shadow banning, as it were. And then you come to the point where these tips, these automatic tips they put on people, right? And you guys know about this?
No.
In case you're new to this, you back a comic on Indiegogo. Say it's your first time, right?
Oh,
and
I see.
you go there and you go to check out. It says tip. They automatically tack on. It's a percentage now. It used to be automatic $15.
Right.
And people don't realize it. And then they got a refund, or some people see it. And I got a message like, "Fuck this, fuck you, people. I'm never coming back to this again." And then you run people out, and be like, okay. And they collect tips on your behalf. You don't see that money. You tip the website, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this shit. They write the taxes off and make you pay it. I get a W-4 or whatever, it was a 1099 or whatever for the tips. I'm like, what is this shit? These, like, oh, well, those are tips. I was like, yeah, but I did my math on the money I received minus platform fees and all this shit. Because guess what? My wife's an accountant.
Wait. So it includes the tip number on your campaign
and
total?
You have to pay those taxes. Yes. And you people make it. You people and guess what? And here's the kicker. Everybody that's making, like, say 50, 60, you're making $100,000 on Indiegogo, and you're like, well, that's just the cost of doing business. That's just the cost of doing business. Well, guess what? That ain't my cost of doing business. I'm not going to deal with that shit. So I already said, if you look at my funding on issue 1, 2, and 3, you're going to see Indiegogo has gone progressively down because I've pulled all of those fuckers away and said, you come to FMC, or you can go to Kickstarter. I don't care. I don't have that beef. I go where the eyes are. I'll get Kickstarter money. I don't care. But that shit with Indiegogo, you're not going to pull that shit on me. I've already talked to all of them, and I said, guess what? There should be a class action lawsuit, and I put out many messages to any creators. Nobody wants to touch it because the money is still there. It's a cost of doing business. It ain't my cost. It ain't going to be in my fucking business anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
There's no way that's lawful, because if they're keeping that tip money
after they give me this last money, I close out next week and they give me my last little payout. I am done. I will roast them like a fucking pig on a. It's not going to happen anymore. And it'll be like, whoa, nope, not going to happen. I have add-on Skeleton Corps. You guys have to be able to read and do the algorithm, or not the algorithm, the tiers. You got to set it up right. I got it. I have add-ons right here. I have a standee you can add on. You can put in your cart right now. The sketch cover, all of it.
So, okay, wait a minute.
Cart.
Hold on. I need you to explain this to me because I need to know myself. I'm bringing it back up here.
Oh, God.
We're bringing it back.
They're going to come after me now.
So, no. So, like, it is a thing where people are like, how do we add another? Because I've had problems the same back.
Oh, you got to go down. Keep going down. Keep going down. I'll show you. Keep going down.
So I can choose a reward here, right? And because it won't show any of my personal information until I like scroll down onto.
No. You don't even need to choose your reward right now. Go down. There are some people who can't read. Keep going. Oh no, why I'm flipping my.
Let me be honest.
Control.
Right there.
Stop. The cards. Go up. Right there. Stop. The bold. This is an add-on item only. A physical book purchase is required. And if you can't read, it ain't my problem. Guess what? I will be in touch.
Because they haven't paid shipping yet, is what you're saying.
Boom.
Okay.
Right here, the print collection, I think it adds on $1 on shipping. That's it. That's going to cost you $14.
Okay.
Additionally, that's how you do it. I got it. I figured this out. I was
so
you
just make another reward.
On.
You just make another reward, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. It definitely would be a good idea for this website to have a little bit of an overhaul because.
Oh, that's coming. I can't really talk about it right now.
No, that's fine. But I'll be honest. Some of the language on this site is a little bit counterintuitive. It's a little bit confusing. And I get it. I mean, I figured it out, obviously, in the end, you know.
Yeah.
But even using terminology like choose reward, I mean, guys, let's just be fucking simple here. How about just add to cart? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it fucking simple so that people know what's happening here. And then also have an add-on section.
The terminology
have a
reward
section-
was
the
confusing to a lot
add-on
of
section
normies,
is coming.
too.
I couldn't really talk about it. The add-on section is coming.
Well, no, I'm not criticizing you, Hojo. I'm saying that
I understand.
on the
because
site,
I'm
on the site
a quote
itself.
unquote ambassador. I'm a quote unquote ambassador, right? So I was in the room when this came upon. Like I can explain things, right? I'm so glad you brought that up, because the tip section that Indiegogo takes, they pocket it and give it to the people that work there for expenses and bullshit. The tips that you tip the website at FundMyComic, which don't get added automatically, you can choose to because you believe in the site. He takes those funds and puts it towards these upgrades that are coming. The shopping cart feature, this shit costs money. These developers, the shop hours, that all gets tacked on. That it costs money. Everybody, this machine, we the people make this machine work, right? So every dollar you give FundMyComic and me, platform fees regardless, go to the site. Not pay. Luke and all them, they don't see a dime off that shit that I know of.
And when you tip a creator, it also
goes
moves you up in the rank.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. If you back my campaign, it puts me on the top. Cecil's been whipping my ass. I've had the top spot for about 3 weeks until Rini did like Fiendish 2.5, and then it blew me out of the water.
Wrangler says a whole lot of hola. What's up, Wrangler? How you doing, man?
Right, and Coffin Comics, right. Oh, claim that's a good idea. I don't want to steal it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Polito and them, they know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, no, we had Luke on the show, actually. What was it, like a month ago? And,
was it? Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I love the way, the site is very well run. I love the philosophy behind it. And I would also encourage everybody to put their book on this site moving forward so that it continues to grow.
And tip too. Just like when I back somebody on Indiegogo, I never tip because they're also getting a cut of your campaign. Correct?
Nope, never. Yeah.
So what is their 5%? And
I think they lowered it. And you know what? After FundMyComic came about, I don't even know if Luke knows this. About 8 months later, they dropped it to 4%, but it's back to 5 now. I think they dropped it for a while. And Luke does promotions. He'll work with people. Like I think in this either June or whatever, he's dropping it to 1%. You launch a book in June, 1%. Man,
you're kidding? Huge. No,
I know, right? I know.
I'm launching my next one in like July. Damn it!
I don't know if it's June. It might be July. I don't know.
Oh man,
it can be fake news.
Wow, it's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
But speaking of,
launch it on the last day of June, Patrick.
What'd you say?
Launch it on the last day of June.
Launch on June 31st.
Sneakily. Speaking of who's on the top page, I've been at the very bottom. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen, right here, number 3. I was number 2 earlier today, but Print Your Comic on Newsprint took over my spot.
Oh, that's Samedi.
Samedi. He said he was going to do it. Did he do it already? He launched it already?
It's going.
Here it is.
No. On May 9th. May 9th at 9 p.m. Friday at 9.
Yeah, it's not started yet.
Cool.
Yeah, there's no way it has 0, and I don't know about it now. I knew he was doing it. I'm 100%. If it weren't for Peter Samedi, I wouldn't be here because I found my concept artist for the Mythicals. Like when I decided, I was like, I need to have actual concept art and character designs to show an artist, so he's not figuring out as I go. I found it on his forum, on the alternative forum. So, all praise to Pete.
He's such a great resource for comic book artists. His show, Comic Book Radio, the interviews on there, so enlightening.
I miss Don Chin and his pizza Medi. You guys, is that too long ago for you guys to know? Don Chin's an amazing guy. He works with Bill Mouse, who did Intergalactic Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja. But I've tried to give people a book that they can just fucking enjoy and not have to worry about the rest of the world. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not injecting my personal philosophies or trying to warp anybody's brain into thinking a certain way. Except for these are some great characters, and that's the thing. These people, like they speak like real people. It's. I mean, Patrick, you've read the book.
Mhm.
It's. I've worked really hard on this, especially this issue. Like this. This is the one that's like this is the best one out of the three. Like if you've been here since the beginning, and once you read all three, because this is a good arc. Like this is the intro arc. This is the prophecy and protocol. Is the I don't know, the theme or whatever. This is part 3 of 3.
Mhm.
This is it. This is the intro arc. After this, you know exactly where everything is going. Maybe, but it's a hell of a ride after this.
I mean, it's been a hell of a ride already, I would say.
Oh, it gets even this one, man, right here. It just gets crazy.
Well, you got that new because it's kind of like a new villain you've introduced too, right? I mean, you had the Inquisitor, but now you have what was his name is Meat something.
This is the Thief of Hearts in this.
The
one.
Thief of Hearts. Why did I think Meat?
So if you read, hold on a second.
The Meat Thief.
The Meat Thief.
No. All right. Right there. This is the end of issue 2, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a fake front page. So I do that with each issue. You get a little. There's I think it's Ben Soto's work right there. And so you get the Thief of Hearts, and then actual spoilers for the rest of the series. A little bit, a couple of different. Each one of these might be an issue down the road. Yeah,
some curious little things you put in there.
Yeah, like Easter eggs, man. I love doing that shit. And so we put the Inquisitor kind of on the back burner at the end of issue 2, like midway through issue 2. He's looking for something. He's got it now. Issue 3 is where at the end the team finds out that people are looking for these things all over the world, and shit's about to get real. No, we have wit because, like, old dude here's a soldier. He's like my age. He can't help but just make jokes. Like, once you get in these high pressure situations, like humor sometimes can get you through. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Speaking of which, have any of you guys watched the Thunderbolts yet?
No, but I've talked a lot about it today and took some bullshit on Twitter.
I was gonna watch it for tonight's show, but I did not get a chance. Carbon.
I think we should
really good.
Check it out.
I liked it. I hear people like it.
Well, I don't know, but I saw some new clips online because people are like posting spoilers pretty much at this point. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's looking a little better than I was thinking. We'll see. At this point, I am going to check it out. I think we should probably check it out, Patrick, and talk about it on the show.
Oh, I had full intention to. I just didn't have any time to get to it. But they're calling it the New Avengers now.
Well, they do that apparently at the end of the movie, where instead of showing the title Thunderbolts, it says the New Avengers. Which is kind of strange.
It is kind of strange because they're kind of Thunderbolts. They're like not on the level that any level of Avengers would be.
Well, it's a half-assed maneuver.
Yeah.
If you're gonna name the movie,
it's like Falcon taking over Captain America's name.
All right. It's the big screen equivalent of the Defenders.
Yeah. I agree, Frederick. No, the Defenders are even strong because the Defenders had like Submariner, Hulk, Doctor Strange. Like that's
what I'm saying. Good. That wasn't that. No, the Netflix wasn't the Defenders. It was like
I see.
This is the big screen version of that. Like none of these people are the Thunderbolts. There's no Beetle Moonstone. There's no Mach 5, which was the Beetle. The Baron Zemo is nowhere to be found. This is in name only. No Avengers. None of these people were fucking New Avengers except for the Sentry.
Yeah.
Which to me looks like something from the CW. But I don't want to like it, so I'm not gonna like it. Does that make sense? I'm already predisposed to not wanting to see it. I'm not gonna constantly shit out it, but I will for a little bit. Other than that, man, I'm not interested. But here's the thing: if you do like it, I'm not gonna hate you for it. If you do like it, great. I'm glad you like it. I love the U.S. Agent. I love John Walker. I love the West Coast Avengers. Yeah. But I didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I don't buy Disney Plus. I don't have none of that shit.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Tank
my-
Ferret. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
I was
My
curious,
first
but-
impression.
yeah, I was curious to see, but like the trailers have turned me off to it. I'm open to watching it, especially if we're going to review it on Commandos. I'll definitely go see it for that. But it's just, the trailers were pretty bad. They were kind of morose, and the more the trailers went on, the less I was interested.
I watched a couple of reviews of YouTubers posting reviews, and not the type of YouTubers who just bitch about everything.
Yeah.
I don't watch those guys. I mean,
No,
I
me
like
neither.
what's his name, Mr. H Reviews. The
Yeah,
guy
I
from,
watched some of that. Yeah, I watched
him.
Mr. H.
from
Yeah.
England.
Yeah, the
He's
British
a little,
guy. Yeah.
he's more genuine. He seems to be honest about things and not always hating on
Objectivism is hard to come by on the internet reviews.
Yeah. But one thing that they're saying about this movie, with this idea of it focusing on mental health and talking about how the main character is depressed, like that's like a main point of the movie, that she says that she's actually going through depression. And I'm like, okay, my first impression of the movie was correct, I believe, because the whole morose and everybody's edgy and downtrodden and almost like being gothic. Everyone's wearing dark, gloomy colors.
Yeah.
Well, and
I heard-
depression
I
and
heard, yeah.
anxiety are also like liberal, what is the word? Flash
Yo,
terms.
you?
They're like, like, well, yeah,
Characteristics.
characteristics is a better,
Characteristics.
yeah. I mean, they all have depression and they all have
Crutches.
anxiety, and it's always because of some, like, it's always some
Society.
ephemeral
Woe
thing
is
that,
me,
oh, well, I just
woe
need to
is
take
me.
these pills to handle it, and therapy, and as a person who's gone through depression and suicidal attempts and all that whole thing is sickening to me. It's just like, what you did is the opposite. You have this problem that's going on in your life, and you were like, instead of like being like, well, why do I feel this way, and what can I do to correct this and not feel this way?
Yes.
Instead, you're taking drugs and going to therapy, and it becomes a part of you. Like, you're like, my depression and anxiety is a part of my personality. And it's like,
It's your
no,
identity. It's me,
it's holding you back
me.
from being fully you. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's a crutch. And also, by the way, psychology in general was invented by our friends in hats as a way to steal money from people. $200 a pop.
Now hold on. Now I'm
It's
gonna.
one of the biggest-
I'm pushing
No,
back
no.
on this. First of
Hold
all,
on.
hello Rosario Scribe.
It's
Thank
the
you.
biggest scam in human history.
No.
Yeah,
Sit down,
I agree
Patrick.
with
Did you say?
Carvin.
Did you say
Sit down in a
psychiatry?
chair.
Psychiatry or
Oh,
psychology?
keep on.
Sit
What did
down
you-
in a chair
brother.
and talk to me for
I don't
an
bel-
hour.
brother.
I don't believe those.
Give me
part.
200
Okay.
fucking dollars.
Hold
The
on a
biggest
second.
scam in human history. I don't have to do anything.
Hold on.
I
There's
just
a
sit and
bigger
listen to
scam.
you.
There's bigger scams than that for sure. First of all, psychiatry is a ginormous fucking scam. Psychiatry is essentially you go into the doctor, you go, "Hey brother, I don't feel good." And he goes, "Cool. It's going to be 200 milligrams of Wellbutrin." And then he just like
Yeah.
signs the thing and hands it to you. And he's like, "Go fucking take these drugs."
Yeah,
That's
I don't like the
psychiatry.
the
Right.
pharmacological part, I don't
Pharmacological
know.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Psychiatry or psychology actually can be very, very helpful to people, but it's got to be based in truth. So there's
Yeah, I do-
psychologists who
yeah.
are like, there's scientists. Is it biological psychology, where everything is a chemical being released in your brain. And
Biochemistry.
so,
yeah.
right. So then you just got to take the right chemicals to feel good. And then there's like more humanistic, more spiritual psychology. Like I had a psychologist who was, a Roman Catholic, like I'm mostly I am kind of, and at least I was raised that way. There's some things I disagree with, but that's a different point entirely. The point is
I have a few qualms with the Catholic Church.
he came
Yeah.
he came with a perspective of like, look, your depression isn't biological per se. Like it's not defined by biology. What it's defined by is a spiritual malady. You're not doing something, or you are doing something that you shouldn't be doing, that is causing you to feel this way, and you need to find how to fix that to get
and
to
how
normalcy.
Yes, and how to approach a certain problem or situation, and maybe give you an
Sure.
alternative to deal
Right.
with that situation. Yeah, I completely agree with like having someone to talk to and to help you talk through these things, because especially as men, like we're not very great at articulating how we feel, and we don't want to. Sometimes we keep it all bottled inside. I don't want to sound all hippie, but sometimes like having a professional to talk to and help you approach a problem. They're just there to help you solve the problem. They're not going to write something to help you solve the problem. they're going to help you through it. It's just it's almost like a coach, I guess. Like
Well, that's
Yeah.
where counseling. I agree
techni-
with
that's what I
counseling.
mean. Counseling, technical support, technical for your brain.
What I was talking
When
about though is the original concept of being a therapist by Freud. Sigmund Freud was
Oh
the
man, that guy.
psychotherapy
Oh yeah.
coach, where you just
Yeah.
lay down on the couch. I sit down in here and listen to you and say nothing, and then you pay me $200. That, my friend, is the biggest scam.
Yeah,
ever.
that's some bullshit. But Sigmund Freud had a lot of bullshit going on, and a lot of these psychologists actually do. Like
His
Albert
nephew
Kinsey.
is
You
even
guys,
more interesting. Have you heard of Edward Bernays? He's the one who invented PR, Public Relations Office in New York.
I have heard of
The
him.
one who
yeah.
got women to smoke and invented
Yeah.
breakfast as we know it. Yeah. Huge.
Oh,
influence.
that's right.
Well,
yeah, yeah.
So
Man,
he got
I
his
haven't heard
uncle's,
that name in a while.
yeah, he got his uncle's books
Mhm.
shipped to him in New York and started working on it. Very influential.
Bob Jester says the biggest scam would be insurance. And then Art Haida says biggest scam ever is Geek Squad add-ons. No, I don't want to pay for you to install this
No.
PS3 game or insure it.
Biggest scam is 1971 when you got off the gold standard. If you look at all the graphs of our problems, if you graph every human problem we have, everything started to shift in 1971.
Wait,
To
do
me,
I have,
the biggest scam is personal property tax. I should never
Wait,
pay
hold on. I'm gonna
taxes.
do something real quick here. Is this gonna do the right thing?
I haven't heard schemes and scams, that phrase, in quite some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the biggest scam in the universe, where we talk about all the scams, all the lambs, and all the. Anyway, that's as far as I could get. All right.
And all the we don't give a damn.
Yeah, and there we go. Thank you. You
Insurance.
just have to learn to articulate your feelings, Hojo. For example,
Yeah.
I feel itchy. I should shower, but Commandos is on.
Well, if you back the mythicals, it will soothe your skin.
Yeah,
Scientists may or may not agree.
you never have to shower again.
No.
That dopamine
long as
hit
you
will
have-
make you forget about it.
I mean, as long as you have Nancy, it is like I had somebody today tell me that he was like, I haven't picked up like a mainstream comic in about 10 years. And he's like, this reminds me of like Top Cow. He's like, this is like this issue. He's like, this art is great. He's like, but it's the characters. He's like, they're all real. And I was like, that's the greatest compliment I've ever heard, because he's like, they all sound real. He's like, they're real people. He's like, I'm invested. He's like, I can't wait to see what happens with Carl, which is the werewolf. And like, obviously he's gotten 2 covers, so he's like the grizzled war vet. So in case people don't know, like the werewolf, he's like the came
He's
over.
your self-insert.
No, if anything, the self-insert's the cat.
I can see that.
Man,
I can see
'cause
that.
I get
He just
so-
wants to
I
sit
get
back
so
and
irritated.
say, yeah.
like he just wants to just sit back and be left alone, because I was
Yeah.
an only child, and now I have a family. Sometimes I just want to, I want you guys to just go upstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna read for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Just let me
Dude,
read for 6 hours.
That would be a sweet life, man. Domesticated cats, I swear, they're living the good life, dude. They're living better than human beings.
Yeah, well, that's the
Oh,
thing. Like they always say, if you have a cat, they're not your pet; they're your pet. It's just their world. You're living in it. Well,
You're their
imagine
pet.
this.
Yeah.
This dude has like 7 pets he does not want, and he's got to take care. He's human resources at the company. So Nancy's the new girl. He's got to be with the new girl, and he's just like, this bitch. I tell you, man, she can't stop falling over. She can't stop falling over herself. She doesn't know what she's doing. Like. But by the end of it, like Nancy finds herself, like she's not a Mary Sue, she's not a 90-pound woman like taking on like 300-pound monsters and like, what? The patriarchy. Now, I mean, that bullshit doesn't exist. Like everybody really knows their place here. Like but
Because
everybody's
it's real
here.
life. Because there'd be no character who would act like that in real life. You get,
Right.
you're a woman and you get drafted into like a hyper elite military outfit that fights off like the craziest evils this world has ever known. You're not going to be like all up on yourself. You're going to be like, holy shit, all this is real. Please teach me more. I need to learn.
Yeah, and that's this. Like she learns like the quote unquote rules of magic, and people were like, somebody backed it. He was like, I don't understand. He's like, after these 3 issues, she's not really doing anything. I was like, she doesn't know anything.
Right.
She's not ready, dude. She is not ready. But once you see what she's capable of, man, look out. Like you get a few glimpses. Like she's here for a reason. Like this whole thing is centered around her. She may not, issue 3 may not revolve around her, but all of this at the end of the day is centered around this lady, and we're going to find out why. So, like, a little tease.
Was there a person in your life who inspired Nancy Moon?
Debbie Harry. She's not in my life. I wish she would have been a long time ago. But the lead singer of Blondie, I just changed it to a brunette, and I was like, Cindy Crawford used to be it for me, so I gave her the mole.
Gotcha.
That's what we do. It's that simple sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's the way to go.
I'll be right back. I go get my charger for the laptop.
You're
But
good.
I think I can still hear you, so talk.
I'm gonna real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna show. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Phenomenon number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We only have a few days left. We've got 17 days to go on my campaign here for the second issue of Phenomenon. Let me play the trailer real quick, and we can talk about it after. What? I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I never have these kinds of performance issues. The audacity. The sheer audacity. Okay, we're gonna let it hold on. We're just gonna let it
How
chill for a
how
minute.
dare they?
Honestly, like they're trying. FMC's trying to hold me back. They put me on the top page, on the front page, and they're trying to hold me back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second. It's a continuation of the long form story arc that is Phenomenon 1999, set in a post-apocalypse, alternate universe Soviet Union. What we've got here is a bunch of so Diamond, this guy right here, the most brilliant man alive, like across the world, actually, the most brilliant man alive. He discovers the way to make a super soldier serum, and so he uses it in the last issue, in Phenomenon number 1, to make the first 3 superhumans in existence. Blue Rose here, who we saw earlier by Frederick's beautiful piece, which will, like I said, be shipped out as a print with this comic, free of charge. So if you back this comic, you will get that, the chromatically enhanced Frederick Gumont Blue Rose piece. And then also we have Minotaur, who actually got his own comic. That was my last campaign, Phenomenal Tales number 1, Minotaur. Phenomenal Tales are all offshoot stories, essentially, where we talk about origins or specifics of characters. Not always origins, but specifics of the universe. We try to we carve out a little area and we say, hey, this is what we're going to explain about the differences in this universe and ours, because this universe is pretty much exactly the same as ours. There's events in it that are referenced or that occur in this universe that have actually occurred in real life, or ostensibly occurred in real life, theoretically, according to certain people's testimony. Anyway, so they've got 3 superhumans now. We see 2 of them. We will see the third one, who you saw a little bit in issue 1, but I don't want to give any more away. We saw him just a little bit, but we'll see more of him in this issue, just a little bit more. He's kind of it's going to take a while to really get to know that third guy. But meanwhile, the Counter-Revolutionary Lantern Organization, which is these guys, they're called terrorists by the Soviet Union, naturally, because you want to label your enemies with horrible names that discredit them to everybody. They launch another heist because they've got the serum to make superhumans, but the serum itself is more of a catalyst. It's not really it doesn't actually give you powers. What it does is it takes a base DNA sequence and then grafts it to your own DNA, which then gives you, special abilities. So they have to get a bunch of DNA, and the only way they can get that is by going to the defunct, dilapidated Moscow Zoo, where they need to make another daring heist to retrieve essentially some frozen DNA so they can use it to give themselves superpowers so that they can fight the power that is the Soviet Union, and which now has, people with, superpowers on it. we're offering the Paul Revauche cover, which is cover A here. Just spectacular, beautiful. Words don't really, they just don't. I could select a bunch of different words and put them together in different ways, and none of it would add up to the beauty that is this cover here. Just absolutely, it's
a
fantastic.
symphony of colors.
Yeah, it really is. Beautiful stuff. Then we've got the official, all the black and whites of the official covers of every Phenomenon issue. So Phenomenon number 2, the official cover right here is by Peter Gilmore, the amazing, the great. I love Peter's black and white work. I got to be honest. Like, I mean, obviously he's my colorist, so I love his colored work too. But this stuff, like just seeing his black and white stuff, is just it. There's something about it, you know. It's just it reminds me of Frank Frazetta, and it's just beautiful stuff. And then we have the chromatically enhanced version of that cover. If you want to grab that, that's cover C. I'm gonna jump down here a bit to oh, I don't have a big picture of it. For shame, Patrick. Anyway, we'll just continue down the line here. This is Phenomenal Tales number 1, the second printing. The second printing has a beautiful cover by Frederick Guimont right here. Fantastic stuff. This is this essentially the origin story of Minotaur, and we get to see why he is the way he is, and you know, more details that I don't want to give away, because this one I don't think everybody's gotten this yet, and I really do want them to grab this. This is an important spoiler comic book, so go grab that if you can. This issue, Phenomenon number 2, is going to be 44-ish, 44 to 46-ish pages of minimum 44 pages of chromatically enhanced sci-fi thriller beauty. Like I said, it's the continuation of my comic book. This is the first one, which you can grab. It's only a few options left on here. We got 33 left of these number 1s, and they have the Jimmy Reyes cover, which is also chromatically enhanced by Peter Gilmore. Fantastic stuff. We have a bunch of different options for bundles. That was my way around add-ons. Although I still made mistakes within bundles, because so like here you've got the like we say, what if somebody wants cover A, C, and the Frederick cover for Phenomenal Tales? I don't have an option for that. Like, I'm a fool. I've got
no, actually, no. Marketing wise, it's kind of smart, because you'd force them to do that, because that extra book that they're missing, they will really say, what the F? Let me just get that all.
Well, then I didn't make a mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
it was all intentional.
Never apologize. Never admit you made a mistake. That's what men do.
Right. And brand new, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, if you DM me on X, or if you, just DM me on X, I will give you free shipping for the Lolos D. Everybody loves the Lolos D, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cover D by Vasilis Lolos. Still actually chromatically enhanced by Peter Gilmore, although it does look like Vasilis' Europunk style. So I'm a big fan of that. There was an alternate colored version of it. I know, Carbon, you wanted that one. I also kind of, in my heart of hearts, wanted that one. But here we are. This one's good.
Well, this one grew on me, and obviously it looking distinctly like Vasilis' style is what makes it appealing. And I'm gonna back this for sure.
Good. This is gonna be a really cool cover. There's not actually a title on it. That is the way it's gonna be printed, by the way. There's not gonna be Phenomenon on the cover. All the covers are different. Every one of my covers.
The way to go was...
I agree. Like I always feel bad about putting
the wraparound. I made the wraparound.
On.
That's Virgin, man, dude.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. I think I'm just gonna go straight Virgin next time. I'm gonna have like 72 of them. You can get. I got myself with that one. I'm actually gonna do that next time. But anyway,
limited to 72 copies.
Limited to 72 copies. You can get your Virgin today. But just beautiful cover by Vasilis. He did a great job. That was a situation where he really did me a solid. Like, he went out of his way to make me a cover, and he didn't have to, and I really appreciate that. And then for those of you Ulto backers, which are 7 so far, like that's not a small number, if you ask me. We've got the Ultimate Collection, which includes all of the 6 comics. And then if you just tell me, hey, I got the Ultimate Collection, I want to pop the Lolos D on there. I'll be like, okay, cool. And I'll send you a little code for shipping that makes shipping free. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 2,551. We are, oh my gosh, we are $1 over halfway. I didn't even see that until just today. Amazing stuff. So we've got 17 days to go. I think that we can get this up to at least 3,000. I think 3,000 would be a pretty safe number to say we can get this to. And really, that $3,000 doesn't go into my pocket. It literally just goes into printing the book and then shipping it to you guys. So just so you know,
that shit costs money, guys.
It costs money. Yup. Let's see here. We've got Darren Bennett. He says, "Hail CG Commandos." What's up, Darren? Welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, Darren. So thank you. Thank you for being here. We got Grogu. He says, "Hail, what's up, Grogu? How you doing, man?" I am sold on the Vasily cover. It's too freaking good. And Patrick's trying to get 72 virgins. I'm calling Pigman. No, I didn't mean it. I am literally going to do that. And honestly, Bosch should have done that, though. Bosch really should have been the one to do that. That would have been really funny. But anyway, all right. So, guys, Okay, I got two questions for you. One of them is a fun kind of conspiratorial question, which kind of relates back to what we were talking about earlier. Another one is a more like serious art question, like a indie comics etiquette question. Hojo, since you're our special guest for this evening, I'll let you decide which one.
Oh. I mean, we can do both. We can. I mean, if you do a conspiracies is fun.
Okay. So
I have one in the book. She gets these text messages.
You got lots of conspiracies in your book.
Yeah.
So here's one for you. Because I'm always waiting. I'm waiting for this to happen because I know it's a reality. And you actually too might know, but you probably can't say, so I'm not gonna ask you that question. But the Trump big announcement. My first gut, like I'm pretty sure within the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to hear about a level of technology that our government has been telling us doesn't exist, but they're going to say, "Oh yeah, no, we've actually got it, and we couldn't tell you about it because we didn't want anybody else to know about it." National security, you know how it is. So to that end, the level of technology I'm talking about is what you would call like UFO technology, 0 point gravitation, that kind of thing. 0 point energy, I think is the right term for it. The idea is that you can create an endless source of energy through one means or another to create a gravitational field where you can essentially just zip around like a god in a little vehicle. I think that information is coming very soon. But what do you guys think about that?
Well, I don't think it's going to be that.
No.
No.
I mean, because that would be nice.
We're 1,000% agreement. That's not the case. That's not going to be it. Yeah, I was getting ready to say somebody was about to. I was ready for somebody to say ZPM module, but Skeleton Core got it.
Yeah, ZPM.
Yeah. The Stargate SG-1 was a documentary. There's a funny account on Twitter.
Jack O'Neill.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Yeah, he's something. I've been trying to get him to follow me. He's funny. But yeah, that's not happening because that's physically impossible because the human body cannot take those kinds of G-force.
Well,
without some kind of inertial gravitational damage.
No, but
that could be the technology. I get it.
But that is. I mean, I'm a real like veteran of these conspiracies, so I know like all the deep nitty, but that is part of the gravitational field extends around the entire craft. So therefore anything within the gravitational field
I get it. So
doesn't experience anything.
Like Superboy with his telekinetic field. He doesn't have an invulnerability. It's just a telekinetic field that doesn't let anything pass.
Superboy's that's his powers? I never knew that.
Back in the day. I don't know if it's been retconned, but yeah, he couldn't fly. He could do like telekinetic bursts or some kind of weird shit. Yeah, warp bubble. Yeah, something like that. Well, like I don't know.
It's like that, except the difference is that if you're manipulating gravity, at least according to what is it, theory of I don't know.
Relativity or
Yeah,
Newton's laws of motion.
I'm pretty sure it's the theory of relativity. E equals mc squared. If
Yeah.
you're manipulating gravity, you're therefore also manipulating space time. So, you say you want to, okay, you've got to
Time becomes non-linear at that point.
let's just assume for a second this technology exists that you can actually manipulate gravity. Well, you say you want to go, I want to go to Mars. So instead of being attracted to the gravity of Earth's center of gravity, you then switch your machine so that it is attracted to Mars's center of gravity.
And it
At this
pulls you
point,
in, yeah.
once that happens, instead of you pushing off with a fuel to get somewhere, because that's what we do, we like burn things and shoot them out the back to go this
Right,
way.
yeah. Propulsion.
Instead, it pulls you forward, and the very act of it pulling you is what makes it so that you don't experience time in that sense while it's doing that activity. So you could essentially travel to Mars instantaneously. As far as you're aware,
take mushrooms anymore. That's some heavy shit.
I mean, you
Like
can do
for
that
me,
while-
like my mind can't wrap my mind around the point that time doesn't exist as I know it. Like
huh?
it's like
Really?
when I say it, like when I say I don't take mushrooms anymore, literally when you take mushrooms, time and LSD, any kind of psychedelic, time as a concept, your brain can't keep track of it. You're like, oh man, it's been an hour. Bro, it's been 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I can't wrap my mind around me being sober that time doesn't, like I can count metronome. Like I play drums. I know what a second is each time. I can do it almost perfectly. I can't wrap my mind around the fact that that's not real.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm not saying it's not real,
but
but that you just don't experience, you don't perceive.
Well,
Right,
I'll make it easy
I don't-
for you, Hojo. I can make it easy for you because I know what you mean. But if
yeah.
you look at it this way,
It's
and
that
you gave the perfect
what I
example.
see is real.
No, but you gave a perfect example by talking about a metronome, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, our concept of time is relative to our body.
I know. Yeah, I know exactly I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't do it.
Heartbeats. So if we were to hypothetically exist, just hypothetically, in a space in which our bodies are operating at a completely different rate, then that dilates your experience of time. That's what makes the theory of relativity possible. That's why
you
people
guys turning this to the Joe Rogan show.
That's why people age slower when they're in the space.
We're much
station.
more religious than the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's an easy way of looking at it, where your heartbeat is your clock. So if we were to manipulate it, then time would dilate.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, you want to go through? What's the other?
I don't know. Anyway.
I am, at the end of the day, when it comes to a lot of things, I am Agent Mulder with that poster in the back.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing, I truly believe.
I'm very open-minded, man.
I believe that anything that we can conceive of from a science fiction standpoint is possible.
Yes.
The question is, has it been created yet? Probably not. And also, would the government reveal it? Definitely not. Because
like what
free energy, they would never reveal free energy.
Never reveal.
Have you ever seen that movie with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman where they actually solved cold fusion, and the government, as they don't want them to do it? That's what would happen, man. I don't know the name of it. I'll have to look it up for you. But keep talking.
That's happened routinely throughout all of history.
And that movie, the Val Kilmer movie, The Saint. If it ever happened, what? You've never seen The Saint?
No.
Holy shit!
Val Kilmer's great too. I'm sorry.
Val Kilmer just died. Rest
I
in
know.
peace. You should watch The Saint.
Was great. Excuse me. See, you say Val Kilmer just died, but I'll be honest with you. In my brain, Val Kilmer died like 5 years ago.
Oh, only his career.
No, I mean, like I thought he was dead 5 years ago.
Chain Reaction, 1996. Almost
Chain
30 years
Reaction.
old.
Okay.
It's right before The Matrix.
That's a forgotten movie, dude.
Yeah, it's a good movie. That's a good movie.
I gotta look that up again. Yeah.
That and Conspiracy Theory from Mel Gibson. That's a great
Yeah.
movie.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, we gotta pull up some of these movies.
Oh man, I'm a treasure trove of forgotten hits.
Wait, was Conspiracy Theory? Who was the main actor in that?
Mel Gibson.
Yes. Okay, so that was about MK Ultra.
I
right?
love
Just
you,
kinda-
baby. Yeah.
Another one,
I watched
another
that with my
sleeper
dad.
hit. What the hell? Eagle Eye with
Eagle Eye.
Shia
Yes,
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one. He was also in Disturbia, which is a remake of a Hitchcock film. That's a good one too.
Nice. Skeleton Core says, "Look, all I'm saying is that them Nazis went. What flew off in Die Glock had to go somewhere, or when." Well, okay, Skeleton, do you know about the bell, the Nazi bell story? Okay,
Well, that's what the Glock is.
that was they call it Die Glock. Is that what
Yeah,
that means?
that
the
means bell in German.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't speak subhuman.
Deutsch.
It's a weird
No,
language
actually,
to
as the
interpret.
days go on, I begin to think, I kind of like Germans and some of the things they think. Although they were responsible for some of the stupidest ideas in all of history, like Marxism.
Dude.
Um,
Briefly, did you see on Twitter or on X, NBC Sports? Did you see this? They posted name the most famous player with the following number, 88,
Oh my
on
god.
on their jersey, and then somebody retweeted it, and they were like, "This can't be real." I looked into it, and it was real. NBC Sports actually posted that.
I'm lost. What is the 88? What's the problem with the number 88?
Well,
It's
the letters that it stands for.
8th letter of the alphabet.
HH.
HH. I'm
I'm
still
not-
lost.
I'm
I'm
not-
sorry.
I'm not
I'm
saying-
slow here.
I'm not saying. I'm not.
How are you not
I'm not saying
connected?
it.
Okay, here's a cool.
I'm not
Patrick,
saying it.
We're
here's
just
a cool-
talking about Germany. We were just talking about Germany.
Kanye, they made fun of.
about?
They tried to paint Elon Musk as a supporter of certain
It's the name
hotel.
of the song of Kanye West's latest single that's going to come out.
His
I feel
newest
so
hit,
stupid right now. You
Bro.
guys have lost.
Germany, World War II, HH.
A guy
Come
with a
on.
funny mustache.
His name was AH. I thought you were saying HH.
No, it's HH.
H.
As
You
in
said
Heil.
88. Was
Yeah,
the number,
okay.
wasn't it?
Don't say the first part.
It's
88
not
was
his
the
name,
number,
it's
wasn't it?
The salutation.
If you look for sometimes the clavish doesn't but if you look,
Oh, the salutation.
Bing, bing,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was like,
all right.
I'm like, I thought you guys were trying to.
I
bait me
get
into
it.
Saying it. I'm like, I
I had literally no idea what you guys were talking about, and so let me bring on. Let's reduce the drama here, though. Let's bring on JJ Trujillo. What's up,
Oh,
JJ?
this fucking no! Don't bring this fucking guy on here.
Heil
I know what-
General Key.
I know what he's gonna talk.
Hojo's
I know what he's
biggest
gonna
fan.
talk about.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you
He's
for.
the fan.
Yeah, I'm like an anti-fan. You know, I'm like Stan. I'm
Only
basically
because.
at
Go ahead, talk.
I'm basically at the point where I'm going to drive, my pregnant girlfriend, off a bridge.
Oh
because
my
of you.
god!
Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, because of
You
your
have the
horrible
wrong.
takes.
You have the wrong goddamn Dorito choice. Don't fucking bring that shit in here.
Yeah, we're against abortion
is-
here.
This is a place. This is a place of love. Don't bring that fucking divisive bullshit in here, JJ.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's a
How
cool
are you
ranch
doing?
debate, right?
Get
Yeah.
that fucking woman out of here. Get her out of here.
that fucking woman.
Hey, Katie.
See,
She's a Comicsgate commando, brother.
Hojo's just salty because Katie
I'm
did
not
actually
salty,
sided with
terrible.
me. She's
Yeah,
been
right.
siding with me on this for a long time. She
Okay,
knows
but
I'm
she can
correct.
side all she wants with your dirty fingers.
Oh
Your
my god!
ranch stained fingers. That red. They're red and green. I looked at them close. That's not real. That's RFK Jr. should get his fucking ass in gear. Like that's not real seasoning.
That was a good impersonation.
I know.
Well, that's not real. Well, what we gotta do is we gotta ban the red.
Got a red dye number 3.
It's
It
petroleum.
sounds like you got big shit.
Yeah.
But
Petroleum dyes in there.
petroleum dyes and giving people autism and I sound like Wayne trying to order donuts in Wayne's World. You know, it's God, man. That fucking guy, man. I mean, it's funny, it's hilarious, but like, it's just every time I hear him speak, I think of like Wayne's World when like Dana Carvey's trying to order. He's like trying to break it up, and then they read it back to him. He's like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, at the drive-through.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
like,
can't take
RFK
him
Jr.
seriously because of his voice.
He's got to be a psyop, dude.
it's fucking
is,
Ned
for
from
sure.
South Park. It's Ned from South Park. He's
Yeah.
coming right for us.
It's crazy.
Have you guys noticed something? Like, I people think I'm crazy, but like I'm noticing things. I notice lots of things, but one of the things I notice is that a lot of our world leaders now are like kind of wacky. You know, they're kind of goofy. Like, for instance, for Frederick, what's that? Trudeau. He's just kind of like hey guys, like I'm a theater guy, and now I'm in charge of a country.
Yeah. He's
And-
a little
and then you've
acting
got-
teacher.
Wow, you've got Donald Trump. He's got such a weird way of talking. Some people say it's really weird, but
Some people say
I think it's not weird at all. Yeah, not me. I'd never say that you're a piece of shit. You know, his whole thing. And then you've got, you know, I actually have a pretty well. You got the RFK stuff where he sounds like you know so when you were a kid and you had the blowing bubbles, children these days don't understand what blowing bubbles are. But you know, you unscrew the lid and then you
I know what you mean. You put on a
Right.
little plastic thing and you get high
Right.
from smelling it. Was that just me?
well, I think
Yeah.
it was just getting high powers maybe just you.
I was like,
Oh, those
wow.
are
Probably
so
made the
smells-
bubbles way cooler
This
though.
smells great, and those elves right there dancing and think I'm right.
Dude, the chemicals in that was so toxic.
Were they really?
Even
Oh,
my
dude, it was
god,
bad.
dude.
Yeah.
At age 5, I knew that shit was poison.
They
It was
tasted
like
shit.
taking a big whiff of nail polish from my grandma.
Oh yeah, man, it was sick.
Maybe you guys had different. It wasn't that bad for me. It did taste like you would accidentally get it on your tongue and you'd be like,
I
God,
never
but
put
it
it
was
in
the same
my
as
mouth.
salt. Well, you know,
You put it on the other end of the fucking straw, retard.
you put it on the circle part.
Yeah, you don't lick it.
You don't lick.
I thought
don't
you were
lick-
supposed to.
You don't put the goo in your mouth.
Not smoking.
God damn. God damn.
But anyway, it sounds like RFK mouth sexed a bottle of that stuff, and he's just like, every time now that I talk, I just sound.
Well,
like
apparently it's genetic that no one else in his family.
It's
has.
not genetic. It's a sexually transmitted disease.
Oh,
Well, apparently
You-
the price you have to pay for going down on the hottest women
It's
sounding like that.
It's sounding like a
The same thing
fucking
happened with
weirdo.
Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh
Poor
yeah, give him
bastard.
tongue cancer. No.
Oh,
So what does
really?
this teach us then? This teaches us to never be a gentleman. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
was gonna, I can't say that. I can't say it out loud.
Don't ever-
you
don't
got
go
a
down.
wife and she's upstairs.
No, I've gone down on some hot chicks, and I'm good to go.
Never again.
all you need is a good 7 seconds, you know.
7 seconds.
I don't know why, but that sounds accurate.
Wow. I took a lot longer than 7 seconds, but I think I left them all right. All right, JJ, I'm gonna take a whiz real quick, but you can.
Yeah, you guys are, trashing Trudeau, but I think he's actually the quintessential example of masculinity. Just listen to this. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
That was the Queen's funeral.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Could
We've
you
entered the
imagine that?
realm.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we're gonna say carbon.
We've entered the realm where you said it earlier, Hojo. That quote where Hollywood or the politics is
Politics is
ugly.
Hollywood for the ugly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the thing is, it's been proven true now because we've entered the realm where Hollywood and politicians are one and the same. And reality TV stars are essentially our new politicians. You got Trump,
Oh, dude.
Elon Musk, Trudeau, and we're just watching one big TV show now.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, Idiocracy was supposed to be a warning, not a fucking roadmap. It's getting bad, man. Like it's like I'm a social media star. I think I'll run for Congress. What? Like,
If you get,
another good example on the left is like that David Hogg dude. Like, you weren't even there when they shot up your school, and you're in charge of things now. Like, what the fuck, man?
Fuck
Like,
that
you
kid.
literally produce nothing. Like, you're like Mr. Mackey's nephew, like with the skinny neck and the big guy. It doesn't work for me, man. I guess it might. I guess it's where it's a different generation, and this is where I'm the old man hitting the clouds. Like, it's just no substance there. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm one of those people, and I have not voted on presidential elections since I've been able to vote. I just simply won't vote. Like, oh, you have to. Fuck you, dude. I don't. That's the beauty of being an American. I don't have to do shit but pay taxes.
Do you not vote because you think it wouldn't matter either way?
No, it's because I don't give a fuck about either message.
Oh, so
It's like-
then the question would be, how would you get what you want accomplished? You know what I mean?
I usually vote and notice I said presidential. Did I say
Yeah,
presidential?
you said
election?
presidential. Yeah.
Yeah, I always vote local.
Okay.
Always. I will, because that's the quickest way. And like, I'll borrow this from a friend of mine. Like, always vote sometimes on the incumbent, just because if somebody's been in Congress for 30 years, that's a fucking problem. I'm sorry, but that's a problem.
I agree.
Sometimes I like to be a contrarian, but I do, and I don't just vote for a person who's like, oh, he's got a cool name, or it's a party I vote for in the past. I will look at the individual issues, and the things that I'm concerned about. I have a list. It's none of your business what's on my list, but that's the beauty of it. That is my right. That's my.
Yeah, you have to.
What?
You're on the show now. It's part of actually.
Well, number one, you
read the
have to
memo?
be an advocate of fucking nacho cheese Doritos over Cool Ranch. No, and
all Zack
No.
Snyder lovers are not allowed to vote. That's also on his list.
300 is a great movie.
It's a great movie.
And an alternate reality, not mine.
Really quick, Wrangler. Goodbye, brother. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Watchmen is great. I will give him that all day.
See you, Wrangler.
If you give Zack Snyder a blueprint, like, just do this, but you don't have fucking free reign. Just kind of stay in this box.
Yeah.
Give him a box. It's great.
He can do that.
But-
His slow-mo, super dramatic, dark style works for certain things.
I didn't like
can work for
300 as a
certain
comic
things.
book or as a film. So
Did you read Gates of Fire though? The actual
yeah,
book.
yeah.
Okay.
I have to ask
that
you,
book is
Hojo.
sick.
Why don't you like the 300 movie?
It's boring to me. It's just, like he was saying, the slow motion is like, and I feel like at least 10 times I hear, and then we marched. I'm like, and then the dude, I can't remember his name. I feel embarrassed. Like at the pass, the elephant man looking guy. Like, dude, you didn't need that much screen time. Stop. And it just it went on, and
Wow.
it was too long for me.
A lot
Well,
of
the question
hatred towards
is-
disabilities today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry for him. Oh god.
Did you see that movie when it first came out? Or
Yes.
did you see it later on?
Yep.
I'm a little surprised you didn't like it, man.
I know.
I
I'm very.
I love that movie.
Everything about it. The premise when I saw it, I was like, the Frank Miller, like, it's hit or miss, and that one was. I wouldn't say a
Dude,
miss, but
the action scene, the first action scene in that movie.
Yes.
When Leonidas walks out, bro, and fucking
I'll give you that.
stabs those dudes, I'm like, okay, man, it's on.
It kind of felt a little gay to me, like there's just
Yeah.
all these shirtless dudes walking
Yeah.
around.
That there was a lot.
Well-
there was a lot of keels and a lot of shiny abs that I didn't. Like, that ain't for me, But I prefer Watchmen because has more substance.
In fairness, the old pagan countries of old were kind of a little bit gay. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, people don't know that Greece had an all gay like fighting force, and it was because if you had a female lover that you weren't fighting with, then
Right.
your mind would be elsewhere. Look it up. I swear to God,
It's actually
I
kind of
swear to
brilliant.
God. I swear to God, your partner, have you ever been in the military? Your battle buddy
So
was your butt buddy.
we've got the past at least 10 years of straight up woke bullshit coming from Hollywood and Marvel and DC, and not a single one of them thought of that idea. That would actually be like a cool idea to make like a movie out of. It'd be like, oh,
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's like the brothers of something, but like your lover is like your you're gonna fight
Your
harder
shield
for the person
brother.
you love,
Yeah.
and
That's crazy. I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense to a degree, but it's also
Hashtag-
makes sense as to why we have the don't. Anyway,
I'm
sorry,
pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure the weekends were crazy there at the Bears.
It's like 300 meets Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, I was
Pretty
gonna say
much.
hashtag go woke, get broke, go broke back.
Oh God.
I'll never retreat on you.
We're the Spartans.
Yeah. God, a bunch of fucking theater kids. Oh my
They're
God.
like stabbing their enemies. They're like, taste my spear, bitch.
Ooh. Ooh.
I feel like such a slut with this.
Yeah.
We've got $1 million IP on our hands.
I know. I cannot believe this hasn't been like a Netflix series.
I'm not touching that with this 10-foot spear.
I can't believe the Obamas haven't put this out.
If you touch it, you get AIDS.
I swear to God, man, you guys.
That'd be hilarious. They all have AIDS.
I would never.
so, like,
I would never
anytime
pick that up.
somebody cuts them, and then like cleans their blade, they get AIDS.
It's like biological warfare.
Oh God.
Damn.
All hope is lost. You're like,
Wow.
send the gay men.
The
This is
Sacred
brilliant.
Band of Thieves. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Sacred Band. 150 pairs of male lovers formed an elite force in the Theban army in 4th century BC. Told you. The original queer veterans, according to
Yeah.
LGBTQ Nation.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, they're right about everything, so we should
Eh,
listen to
Aren't they? Aren't they?
The secret band of meat thieves.
Yeah.
Meat
Yeah. You don't ever, God, oh God, you don't ever want to run into them. They'll drop their hammer on you. Oh,
Wow.
and it doesn't help that they're Greek too. That makes it extra gay. You know. But, oh God,
Buttle Brothers.
Buttle Brothers. Yeah, I'm not. Peter Gilmore.
Oh
Good
my
luck.
God.
Hmm.
I kind of want to like write this now as like a
You're
similar...
gonna go do some research on it, aren't you?
I think I am,
Oh shit. Do
You
not
know,
look it
Patrick,
up.
and that makes me sound.
I'm not
good.
kidding. I'm not making it up.
I know. I think I like had heard of that in passing, and then you mentioned it again. And I was like, I think that's a
I
real
remember
thing.
when I was reading something about Alexander the Great years ago, and I was like, they just happened to. It's like I remember in the book I was reading it casually mentioned it as like a group of all gay male fighters. They were an elite fighting force. And I was like, whoa, what? And then that was it. Just one sentence of like they were gay, they were great, and that's it. It says
Well,
gay
I
or
have-
no, they made it. They updated it. It says gay or bisexual couples.
Oh,
I have
fuck
heard
off.
about the
We
Greek
want to
concept.
be inclusive.
The Greek concept of love, I have heard, is different because in their language, they actually have 7 different words for love, right?
that's
and they
Yeah.
define it in very specific
right back.
terms.
Yeah.
So love for a woman is a different word than love.
Wouldn't that
they
be
felt-
Eros?
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to, I suppose, brotherhood love.
Well,
They
hold
felt
on.
that.
because brotherly love is a different thing from like sexual attraction love. Like,
Oh, I
there's
know.
Philios,
Yeah, I know.
which is the brotherly love.
But then the concept of having brotherly love, which is on a different level, where apparently that's more of a kinship, or you technically that you could feel closer emotionally that way to a brother than you could to a woman, which actually I agree with on a certain level. But anyway, it's an interesting idea.
Here they are,
Yeah,
ladies and
'cause
gentlemen.
I think what,
Agape. Sorry, go ahead, Jade.
oh yeah, I think what Carvin's saying then is that you could probably understand if they were actually, because you could argue that there's like a mistranslation, because of how long ago it was. But if they're using the word
Oh.
eros, in that context, then it would be pretty.
I don't know. It's getting pretty gay in here.
Well, let's see what they. So here we have the Greek words for love, agape. A love that is often associated with charity and is particularly emphasized in Christian contexts as the love of God for humanity.
Love-
So it's
yeah,
kind of like
yeah, I was about to say that.
unconditional love. Eros. This form of love is passionate and romantic,
Yeah.
often involving intense physical attraction and desire. So okay, then it's named after the Greek god of love, Eros.
hetero love, most people would say.
Shocking. Philia, the type of love characterized by deep friendship and affection between equals. It can also be referred to as love between family members and friends, emphasizing mutual respect and trust. So no sexual connotation there.
Platonic.
I think this is storge. It's STORGE. Excuse me. This is familial love, often seen between parents and children, siblings, or close friends who feel like family. I always thought that was just philia. Huh. Pragma. This kind of love is long-lasting and mature, often developing over time through mutual compromises, patience, and tolerance. It is the love that endures and is often found in long-term relationships. That's fascinating because pragmatism, like that word there, so like say, you know, you have an issue with your spouse early on in your relationship and you're pragmatic about it and you're like, well, we're not going to split up. We're going to work through our problems. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm a pragmatic business person.
You got to be. Everybody's got to be.
Yep.
You got to be a pragmatic person, you know, just life towards life. Life shits on you and you're like, okay, well, we're going to make a compromise here. And then life is like, no, I'm just going to keep shitting on you.
Yeah. Life is a series of compromises. You know.
Then we've
Did you
got.
say you were pragmatic or dramatic?
I'm dramatic, but I'm not pragmatic. I should be pragmatic.
Oh, okay.
Personally. Then we have Ludus. 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 It represents playful and affectionate love, often seen in the early stages of relationship or in the playful affection between friends and children. It includes flirting, teasing, and the joy of shared moments. Okay, so fascinating. That's fascinating. And then mania. This is a jealous and obsessive form of love, often involving feelings of codependency and the belief that another person will complete or heal oneself. It is a more negative form of love that can be harmful. And it's fascinating how the word mania then brought itself into the rest of, you know, so you have all kinds of manias now where it's a love for something that's not healthy for you.
That's the crazy ex kind of love.
Yeah. A codependence to a degree. But we should bring Vasilis on to talk about this. I'm sure he probably knows all about it.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever he wants to come back on, man, he just gotta. I think he's probably fast asleep right now.
Well, let's see. I think they're about 8 hours ahead of us. Seven like that. So yeah.
So yeah, he's probably
early morning for him.
Yeah.
Because I know London is about 6 hours ahead of me. She's funny. She's funny.
Sleeping Psychopathy says, let's go around and tell everyone what your love language is. It's not difficult. Mine is physical and words of affirmation. That's all it is, but mostly physical.
My love language is beer and sports. I mean, occasional comics, I guess. I know. Yeah, that's about it. That's really sports, comics, and beer. That's pretty much my only interest. Outside of my family and all that. But yeah.
No, but Hojo, do you know what the whole love language thing is?
What?
It's a whole thing. Like everybody. So it's this theory essentially that states that, you know, everybody's got different. Like if you want to show somebody that you love them, you have to do X, Y, Z to show them that. Some people some people like receiving gifts. They think that shows them love. So that's what they react well to. Some people say it's, like I said, words of affirmation. So saying to somebody, hey, you know, you're not a piece of shit. Like you're a color. And then there's physical touch. And then there's a few others. Let me look them up here.
It's another bullshit.
Folk psychology. No, it is not, Carbon.
Oh no,
yes,
no,
psychology.
Carbon, you are 100%. Yeah, you're 90% wrong about psychology.
No, I agree with Carbon.
Yeah, I think mine is with appreciation. Like if I make food for people, I like to make pizza. If you look at my timeline, I haven't done it in a minute, but I love to make pizza. I'm obsessed with getting the perfect quote unquote New York slice that tastes right. And I'm close, but I am fucking good. When people I have people over, that's the first thing if we meet a new friend with me and my wife and our friend circle, I'm like, have them over for the game and I'll make pizza. And she's just like,
so
all right.
Hojo shows his love, and this could be any of those different forms of love.
I'm a
we've already talked
giver,
about,
Patrick. I'm a giver.
Yes, acts of service. Individuals who prefer acts of service.
Well, I guess
So
yeah. I mean, I
he's,
did.
he's
protect
doing
the
an act
country
of
a couple
service
times.
to
Yeah,
show that he
yeah.
likes these people. It makes sense, Carbon. If you just,
I mean,
you
it
start
is a
thinking
little
about it.
bit of. I do want them to say this is the best fucking pizza I've ever had. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, the
other
thing
than
is-
that, I do like to please. I'm a pleaser. I'm a people person.
They narrowed it down to, I know about the whole love language shit. They narrowed it down to 5 different things, and they go, oh well, how do you express love, and what do you need to show you that you're loved? But the thing is, everybody likes all 5 of them. All 5 of them are desirable.
Yeah, but there's only a few that you actually need.
Is one of the 5 love languages getting tail?
Well,
Yeah, that's
physical affection
touch.
is one of them.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
worry about
no
that.
shit, Sherlock. To feel loved, I want to be touched by my spouse. Oh,
Yeah, but
really?
not everybody feels the same way you do about that, Carbon. That's the thing. Not
Yeah, I don't
everybody
like
feels like that.
It's all
I'm
nonsense.
not okay, we're not going to get into that. I'm not a big affectionate person, but like I don't like it. I've been married for almost 10 years, but I would almost prefer to sleep alone because I had for like 31 years. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
You're revealing too
But,
much about yourself, Hojo.
No,
I know,
no.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need that. I don't need that. Women, that's a feminine thing to need to be touched for me.
Yeah.
That's my view on things. Like that's a feminine thing.
Well, then I'm fucking feminine because I
know,
need my
Patrick,
partner to
I
show me.
know.
She says
I
it's for
know.
the
Well,
gays and the girls. Everybody's on the same. Look, I'm not ashamed
Oh.
to say it. If I'm in a relationship with a girl and she like doesn't show me
What about a guy?
physical affection,
What? Okay.
no, I'm not into that.
What about a guy?
No, I'm not into that.
Okay, just making sure.
The problem
I thought you were like, I thought you were gonna say, that's okay.
the problem with them is that they don't have vaginas and boobs. Is really
I
that's
hear
the
you.
main thing.
Yeah, that's kind of my
I kind of
main
want to
goal,
have.
too.
I mean, some guys have boobs
children.
now.
That whole
Could be an
penis
issue.
thing is.
Oh,
a
you're right. Yeah, some guys do have boobs, but like nice ones, and then
Yeah.
vaginas that actually work that can produce, with the womb also children. That whole thing, I'm somewhat into that. But no, literally, I mean, and I've had this issue before in relationships where it starts off, hot and heavy as it always does, and then it like a week or 2 weeks afterwards, and then the girl is like, she like doesn't show you any physical affection after that.
Yeah.
Like ginormous turn off to me. I'm done. Like you're either going to show me physical
Well-
affection the whole time, like a lot of the time, or I'm not into like it doesn't.
It's a power
work
play
for me.
though. Most women do that.
Yeah,
power
so
play.
fuck
Well, I
you. I'm
mean-
not doing that. Like you show me
Well-
physical affection or I'm done. Like
It's
That's
just
a
it's the
I
game
need
though, man.
that.
Maybe you just weren't that good. I'm just
Patrick, as someone who's a little more experienced than you with women, let me give you some advice.
You're
Have you ever heard of
Amish, you son of a bitch! Either you're Amish or you're not. If
Exactly.
you're Amish, you haven't had more experience.
let me,
Yeah,
hey,
rub
Patrick,
rub
have you ever
spring
heard of
only
something-
last as long as
have
you
you ever-
want it to.
have you ever heard of something called chloroform?
Does this rag smell funny to you?
Basically,
Do I want to share this? Am I-
you have oh god.
Yeah, men with tits. That's right.
Oh no.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. But yeah.
Oh man.
I call them as I see them.
Headless
I don't wanna-
bourgeoisie. He says, "I've been married for
sometimes I don't
26
wanna see
years.
him.
My love language is mostly grunts and primitive gestures."
Mine's
Caveman
mostly,
style.
Thank you.
I agree with that. Basically, as
No.
a man, you got to go the caveman route.
So if a girl
Yeah.
never, if a woman you're married to, like you're married to her for the rest of your life, ostensibly, like hopefully,
Yeah.
right?
That's what I'm doing.
If
I'm in
she
it to win it.
never says to you, "Oh, Hojo, I absolutely adore what you do for me when you work and you do all this stuff for me."
My
And
wife's not
also-
British.
I'm just pretending
you
she's
in the
British for the role.
1700s?
I've
I'm
been
Victorian-
talking to Peter Gilmore way
I'm
too much.
trying to I'm trying to reach our international audience, okay, guys?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to be diverse here. Oh, Hojo, I absolutely adore that you work your 9 to 5 for me every day, day in and day out for you, me and our children. I love you so much for doing that. If she never said that to you, ever, you come home from work, she never says, "Hey, I appreciate you and what you do for our family." wouldn't you be a little bit like, wait a minute, like what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, but you know why that would never happen? Because I made the right selection.
Well,
I
see,
did
okay,
my
but
I did
she
my
does.
research. I did references.
So she does give you words of affirmation. Then she says
Yeah,
to you, "Hey, I
thank
think you're
you."
great." Yeah.
Especially, I wouldn't say. No, I'm just kidding. No, after I have like a day to where like okay, I coach little league with my oldest, and then I come home, and then we have a game, and then I come home and I do the laundry, I do the lawn, I trim the trees, and then I go grill steaks, and then I help with the dishes a little bit. At the end of the day, it's thank you, you're awesome. That's all. Just that little bit.
That's it.
Just that's all you need.
But what if she never said that to you?
And
How
that's
do you
the
feel about that?
I don't need words of affirmation. She could show her appreciation with a blowjob.
See,
Well, I mean,
but that's physical affection. I'll give it to you, Carbon. Some guys don't need women saying that, but then they do need the physical side of things.
I get both. I mean, I'm not kidding.
Well, hey, you're right.
Look,
You get both, and that's all I want is both.
I mean,
just perform the essential functions.
Quality time, fuck that. Acts of service, you're gonna be taking care of the kids at home anyway.
Yeah, but she does.
Do not give me
so
gifts.
much. She does
keep
so
the house
much.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't.
Acts
like
of service, keeping the house clean.
Hey,
making the
bro.
dinner.
There ain't a fucking mirror or window in this house that I've washed or cleaned. I don't do windows.
Yeah.
I don't do because I'm not good at it. We all have our strengths. I'm one of those people. I was in the military. I put everybody in their strengths and weaknesses. In this house, we have a pecking order. I don't do toilets. I can, but I do other things to where I don't have to. You know what I mean? Life and marriage in itself is a series of compromise. Right. Like her birthday is in a couple days. You best believe she's gonna have a fucking good birthday. Because
and just out of curiosity, Hojo, for your wife to know that you love her, what kinds of things? You don't have to get real specific, but what kinds of things are you going to be doing? Like, there's probably some.
It's not about, you don't have to. It's not. Yeah, you don't really have to quote unquote do anything to let them know. You don't have to buy them things. When the women is like, "What have you done for me lately?" Bye. Sorry, Janet. Get the fuck out of here.
No, you're right.
She says something like, or I'll say, you're awesome. Or in the morning, I say, hey, how's good morning. How's your day? Little things like I love you. Just the little things because these are true. It's at the end of the day, it's these little things that matter. You don't need to do these grandiose things all the time because it's just for show. Yeah, fucking Valentine's Day is a goddamn scam. It is. It's a total drain on my pocketbook. Like they expect things like jewelry at these major holidays or flowers. That's why you go to Costco for fellas. Go to Costco for the roses. They're $19.99. Shit. Don't go to your local supermarket, or if you want to be a hippie, go buy local. I don't care. But at the end of the day, it's about what you work to a common goal. Like you're in it. You made a commitment.
But you had to make sacrifices and make, you had to concede in certain things for it to work with her, right?
Sure, I got to watch my mouth sometimes.
So she wanted some things from you, some forms of love that you maybe weren't showing originally. And then you started showing those forms of love, and now it's much better. Communication is key. Yeah.
I think
that's what we call quality time on the forms of love.
That's true, because there are some nights when I'm just like, people are like, hey, man, you want to come on Friday? You want to come on a stream and get you some? Nah, man, I'm going to be hanging out on the couch with my wife because that's my best friend. I know that sounds gay.
No, it's cool. It's fucking sick, dude.
But like, we sit there like,
I'm going to have to shut this down.
No,
shut this down right now.
Hey, and I'll shut it. I'll tell you right now. My wife has never heard of Twin Peaks. She doesn't even know who David Lynch is. She is so. We're halfway through the first season of Twin Peaks, and she is so fucking in.
Nice.
And it's because that woman had never. It's funny. There are some things that like I would never be experienced to. Like I wouldn't say I was a food snob. Shut your mouth, JJ. There were certain, like I was closed-minded. I was closed-minded about a lot of things when it came to food. My wife opened me up and with some books too. But when it comes to music, I have blown my wife's mind. Like sometimes she thanks me. She's like, I can't believe if it weren't for you, I would never even have thought that this band existed. I was like, you're welcome. swallow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Shut
Oh my
up.
God.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
See,
look,
right
those
there.
are all good
I've been
things.
I've been hanging out. in
Katie,
CG
clip
too
that,
much.
please.
What you're saying is
No.
good about your relationship, but the thing is, the two words "best friend," no.
Carbon,
No,
Carbon
no,
has
that's
to
what
Your
I'm saying,
partner,
like,
your wife's not
we
your
started
best friend.
out. No,
She's
no,
your
we
wife.
started out as
She should
no.
be.
We started out as fuck buddies. We got married, and now
Yeah.
she grew into a friend.
Yeah.
We weren't. I'll tell
That's
you
the way
what,
it ought to
we
be.
weren't. My wife was listening to Mumford and Sons, and now she listens to Rush and Government Mule. End of story.
Carbon, you're bringing us back to the gay Spartans at this point. I mean, they look at it like this.
Well, God, wait till she sees the internet history. I have a fucking Google search that says "gay Greek fighting force."
Right.
Well, just trust me on this. Obviously, you're close with your wife, and that's great. You have a good relationship. But the whole friend factor, that word, I wouldn't use that word.
Why
'Cause it
not?
starts-
Yeah, I
because
see what you mean.
it puts you in the friend
just look
zone,
at it.
essentially.
No, but you didn't
No,
start in the
no,
friend
no.
zone. You became
My
friends.
man.
after
I
copious
can
amounts of
promise
sex.
you, I am not in the friend zone. I got two beautiful boys, and if it weren't for a snip, I might have more. But trust me, I can
No,
shoot
you
blanks all
broke
day.
yourself.
But that
Oh.
no, that trigger is a hair trigger. I'm just shooting blanks, and I got an A1 selector switch. I'm all
For
automatic. I don't even give a
shame.
fuck anymore. Right, everywhere. I don't care. It don't bother me.
The
I'm
couch,
very
the sink.
like I'm very
Who cares?
yeah. Like
Well, I mean, you're in a different position.
I've got
'cause
my camera off.
you
It could
have
be
your
right
kids
now.
already, Hojo, and you've been
I'm just
married
kidding.
for a while.
No,
But for
I mean, it's
definitely
only 9
definitely for
years
a
ago.
new relationship where you're dating, you definitely, you're turning a girl on and stuff. You're not friends. You got to get her into that romance mode,
Yeah, and
at
it's
first.
different now. Like I said, like my
Mm.
wife, she's about 5 years younger than me. Because I'm not stupid. I'm gonna marry younger. But like it's so much different now because of the generational thing, like social media. Like people are so judgy, and like if you disagree on one thing, like you guys want to know a secret, and my wife, if she ever watches this, she's gonna be so mad. My wife voted for Obama twice.
For shame.
And I told her, I was like, I looked at her, I said, the first one I'll forgive you for, the second one, I'll never let you live it down. Every time we get into a fight and it's like an argument, I even throw it in. I'm like, bitch, you voted for Obama twice. Don't ever fucking talk to me. Shut up. But now, guess what? She's voted for Trump 3 times.
Oh well.
Not because I've made my wife turn into a conservative.
Sounds like you fixed her to me.
You goddamn right. It's because
You can fix them, folks.
Dude, all I
if you're the
do-
man, you
all
can
I-
fix them. If you're the woman, you cannot
all-
fix the man.
all
But if
I
you're the
do
man,
is
you can
just-
fix the woman.
Yeah, all I do is just tell you a fact, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. That's it. And then when you can't prove me wrong, you're like, God, shit. And and I'll prove me wrong that the Mythicals is not a good story. JJ, is the Mythicals boring? Is it a boring story?
Despite the fact that you have a very
Shut up. See right there. Bias. Stop it. You bet.
I have to say,
bad faith.
it's a very profound story, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a nice thing you said, JJ, about
Yeah.
Hojo. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
We're making progress here.
Nobody says anything good about me anymore. It's just a fucking broken Asian ethot with man hands telling me that I'm not good at fucking marketing.
Well, I've learned to separate art from the artist.
That's right. I hear you. And sleep and psychopathy. I'm a broken man. Listen, have you not listened to me? I've had about 5 beers now. I am so broken. I just have a good woman that holds me together so I don't fall apart in front of everyone.
That's the dream, folks. That is the dream, isn't it?
No.
See, Carbon. Okay,
It
Carbon.
is.
This is what I'm going to say to you, Carbon.
Oh, he admitted it is.
It's not.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, I knew it. God damn it. I was like, it was probably
That was me.
That was Frederick.
Frederick. Okay, yeah.
They have similar timbres because they, and then they're both not
that-
on screen.
Near that area
Patrick
of the
said,
world.
not sarcastically at all. Oh wait, let me read some things
Well, I'm
here. Headless
technically on
bourgeoisie.
screen, Patrick.
Yeah. Okay. Although, in fairness, Frederick, you're not afraid to show your face. I know that. Just wait until I think he meant to say pre-menopause hits. There's no fixing that. All you can do is keep your head down and wait it out.
That sounds like a deployment. I got it. Yeah.
I would agree, though. I mean, Carbon, it's like this. You've got your best friends who are male. I don't really have any of those anymore because, like, I already told you guys why that I don't have it anymore. Because they all just were like, "Fuck you! You think like you believe in the truth, so we're gonna say, hey, we hate you." I've got like friends who are really good friends who are male, but like you got that one. I guess there's one dude, and this is the
There's
way I would
always
describe
one
my
guy
best
that
friend.
you went. Yeah,
the
there's
best
always
friend
one.
is the guy who like you could see after 3 years having not said a goddamn word to. And then you could see him after 3 years and be like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" And then like totally like gel right away. And that's there's one guy like that. Everybody else would be like awkward. You know what I mean?
I can look at my phone right now and there's literally one number in there from someone I know from high school. Like we grew up near each other. I haven't seen, and you're right, I haven't seen him in probably 2 years because he had probably what I think probably his 5th or 6th kid by now. And who the hell knows? But like,
So
I
he's
could go
Irish.
to his house. No, just redneck.
Oh.
Like I could go to his house right now and be like, "What's up, Mikey?" And we would just catch up on the world within 30 seconds, and it would be like we just talked a week ago.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a cool.
I have that. Like if I were, that's what I call the bail friend. If you're ever in jail and you don't want to call your parents, you need to call one person to get you out of jail. That's that guy. And guess what? I was that guy for him at least 5 times.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's the thing. If you don't pay child support, they throw you in jail, and then you can't work, and then you can't pay child support. So when you get back out, you can't make child support because you don't have a job, and they throw you back in jail. It's a crazy system.
A vicious cycle there.
Yeah. Poor guy. Just stop having fucking kids is what I said.
Just stop having sex. Yeah, you could just not have sex.
Well, no, not that. No.
Just not have sex with women you're not married to. I mean, if you're married,
to maybe wear those. I mean, they sell them. They're called condoms. Just wear them. Yeah, he just looked at me.
Don't always work.
Just
Carbon confirming that he does not wear condoms.
Just pull out was the name of his 4th daughter.
Just pull
First
out.
of all, there's way too much of a myth about.
They call her Jessie.
All these accidental pregnancies that happen out there, they're just dudes who didn't give a shit, and they didn't even bother pulling it out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, dog, the condom busted. Well, you weren't even wearing a condom. I do what?
Bro,
they secretly took it off.
Yeah.
It's even so. I think a superior option, and I'm going to say this again, and it's the nerd thing to say, but it's certainly not gay. Well, maybe I guess some people would consider it gay. Maybe just like, I don't know, like control your body.
Yeah.
Not do that.
Something they do in the Amish community is not all Amish people do this, but it's called binding. So they'll basically kind of sew them down.
Oh my God.
Like a divider in between them sometimes.
I'm not associated with JJ. Okay, we are not associated. I'm.
So, see, you sleep in the same bed, but you're not actually doing anything.
Like soaking.
Binding.
It's like soaking like the Mormons.
No. You're just you're sewed down into the. It's like a straitjacket basically.
Wait. Is your flesh sewed down, or like you're in a suit that's
no? It's like
down?
you're in a suit.
Okay.
That's some weird. Hey, that's some weird shit.
Demented.
Yeah. So, the moment you said sewed down, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. A little too far on the other end of the spectrum. From complete degeneracy to being
I'm close to not wanting to know anymore.
Yeah, close, but not quite there. JJ, you can continue for another 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, that's basically the gist of it. I think you got the idea. So.
Okay.
I have too many ideas.
Oh my God. You could just not. You could. Anyway.
Well, but yeah, just you don't want to move around too much, because if you start wiggling, then
The irony is that on the other end of the spectrum, you have BDSM, where there's leather bondage, right? And then essentially that's the Amish version of that.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of describing it. But I think, yeah, that might
It's a
be
circle. You see, it's a circle
It's a
of.
great circle, right?
Sounds like a
horses
circle to
drag.
me.
Oh my god. So I think we've established here on the Comicsgate Commandos that the Mythicals 1 through 3 is a fantastic comic that you should go back. We've
Yeah,
also
that's
established
exactly where we were going. Yes.
right. We've also established that love languages are real, the Greek ideas of love are real. Carbon may not want to admit it, but your wife becoming, not being right away, but becoming your best friend is actually like goals. And
To a degree. To a
You
degree.
gotta,
I'll
you gotta,
what do you
gotta
mean
work
to a
at it.
degree? Brother, at a certain point, if you're married to a woman for long enough, she's going
She
to
can
hit
finish her
menopause.
sentences.
She will no longer be like, she'll be completely disinterested in having sex with you. You
Whoa,
getting
whoa.
older, sex will not be.
Hey, that ain't happening here.
Bro, you're 30. What are you, like 37? Like you're fine. You guys have not reached that
I'm in
point
my
yet.
early to mid 40s. Yes.
And your wife is 5 years younger than you, like you said.
That's-
So she's
that's
not
right.
even reached that point yet. You get up to look, brother. You get I know you get up to the 50s, the 60s.
Oh, I don't want to start thinking
It's
about
gone.
that.
It's
No.
gone.
How do you know this,
So now,
Patrick?
so wait a minute. Because I'm an intelligent individual who looks around me and sees the way and other individuals act, and I go, "Huh, I don't want to do that in my life." So
Are you sure you don't like older women?
I'm 100%
It sounds like it.
sure I do not like older women.
Well, I'll get with you offline. When I was in my 20s and 30s, all I was obsessed with were older women.
No, dude, not me. Never me. People have said that to me. I've never. No, it's always been like my
depends
age
on
or
what
younger.
you mean by old. Depends on what you mean by older.
I said older, not old.
Yeah,
I choose my words specifically.
A little older could be hot sometimes.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
dated
Yes.
women who are like a couple
Yeah.
years older.
Yeah.
A couple is one thing.
When I was 23, I had a 40-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, no,
Holy shit!
there's some chicks.
No.
in their 40s.
No,
You heard
stop
it
right
here
there.
first.
No,
folks,
no,
ladies and gentlemen.
no. Stop. She told me she was 33, and I believed it because it was very believable.
So wait, because she like was kind of run down.
Well, I saw her ID when she was really drunk when we were at the bar. When she threw it to the, I was like, "Bitch, I can do math. You what? You're 40." And that's at that time. I was
Wait,
like,
but she looked 33.
oh God, yeah.
Good for her. Damn.
Well,
Hey,
come to
Can't
think,
argue with that.
in hindsight, we went to a lot of clubs where it was like dim lighting and makeup. Me being drunk a lot. I get it, but I wasn't picking up what she was putting down at the time. I was like, this
Yeah.
bitch really isn't 40. But once I saw that, all I could see was 40.
No, dude.
So
I actually,
it was cool.
I feel you there because I was talking to a girl and we went on a couple dates and she told me she was 32. How old was I? I was 24 or 25.
Oh shit!
I want to say.
Oh God, she was. You were the guy.
But she looked 32. I'm telling you. She.
How
Or,
old
I
was
mean, I
she?
mean, no. She. Hold on a second.
Girls
Let me back up.
nowadays look a lot
Because
younger
I've had a
than-
few beers myself too. She was 32. She told me she was 24. I was
Mhm.
24
And you
or
believed it,
25 at the
right?
time. I
You
believed it.
believed
She
it.
looked like
Yes.
she was 24.
Right.
That's
It
all
is
I'm
very-
saying. So I get you. I understand.
That's why-
you're,
why,
you're,
like,
you're
I see these-
You're underestimating the potential for these
goddamn-
MILF.
It's like
For these
goddamn
MILFs
MTV.
Hey.
are fucking hot.
Look,
Actually, what was it? A few years ago, I was dating a chick in her mid 40s, and she had good skin and she was healthy and fit.
that means
like
she was
Halle
white
Berry-
in
like
Carbon's
Halle Berry.
most of the
Well,
time.
no, it could have
And,
been.
and,
like
oh, and
Halo
guess what,
skin.
Patrick? She was a
She
redhead.
glowing.
She was a redhead too.
Oh, that's
yeah.
kind of
Can't argue with that.
Green eyes, redhead.
Oh my god, a
Oh,
unicorn.
geez.
And
Yeah.
imagine what I did to her.
No, I don't. I don't want to.
I don't want
to.
to.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
I'm
After all
imagining
of these
puppets in my
conversations
head,
tonight, I can
Arnold.
only imagine. I don't want
Puppets,
to.
Frederick says. We're imagining a rip-off verse of
Like, did you
Carmen
make her
is-
dress up like Sarah Palin? I don't know.
Nah, I don't need unnecessary nonsense like that. I'm a purist.
Carmen's a
Just
straight shooter, man. He's like, we got
Carmen's like,
5
just-
minutes. Let's go.
Carmen's like, just be who you are and read from the fucking script.
Right?
Tell me I'm going to do this, and I'll do that. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, man.
I don't know what that means, but I love that term, and I kind of know what it means now.
Greyhound?
And you know what? I'm fine with it.
Hey.
Not like the dude at Grandma's Board where he was like fucking the grandma from the Partridge Family. I'm not going there, you know. But like, if you look like my grandmother, no, you know. But like back in the day, like if I was say in my 20s and it was like a Catherine Zeta-Jones or like a say nowadays Halle Berry,
yeah, sure.
then yes. Not sure, fuck yes, but nah. I kind of try to keep it within a 10-year margin, I guess. You know.
Well, now you don't have to worry about that.
No, fuck no. Like my wife's 5 year. I can say for the rest of my life, I'm banging a younger chick. There you go.
Yeah.
You can clip that one for the rest, for the rest of my life, so I don't have to worry about it.
We're gonna add that. This is a clip-worthy stream. We're gonna add that.
Well, no. Sometimes she goes back and watches the streams, and she's gonna ask me in the morning, "Can I have the link?"
Does she? How does that feel when they
she
go
ain't
back?
she ain't getting the link. I'll be like, "Oh, I don't remember."
No, you could say it was copyright struck. Sorry, hon.
Oh, it got
Yeah,
deleted.
you could say
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's a. I'll just say it that I said the N word or something.
No. Tell them.
I'm just kidding.
That's funny you say that.
You
'cause
can drop it just to be
I said
safe.
the
No,
N-word
I
on somebody
can't. I'm not
else's
saying
channel
it.
the other day,
I can't.
and
do
I
it,
felt
no.
bad about it.
I say the A word, but I don't say the N word. Like if I say, I'll use the
ass?
soft A, not the hard R. You know.
Oh, the soft A.
Like,
Oh,
yeah. If I say
Yeah.
that, I was like, this.
My
this
grandpa's
fucking-
guard dog
this
was
is-
called the N-word.
This
What?
is crazy.
Yeah, but remember, we were speaking French, but he was called the N-word in English, and I didn't know what it was at first. You know, he was an all-black dog.
the guard dog. The dog was called the N-word.
Yes, because he was black. You know.
That's not the point of the word, though. JJ, do you have something you'd like to contribute?
Yeah.
No, I bet he does.
No, it's kind of funny because my wife always asks me to like summarize streams, you know, so I like kind of have like code names for different things. So sometimes when I'm
How'd it
talking about
go? Rape.
Yeah, she's like, how'd it go? What happened? So the way that I refer to Eric is I call him El Negro, you know, the black guy,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of how we refer to.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. You're all right. I take it
Does
back.
your wife
You're
not
actually
speak
Amish.
No, she does, but we just speak
Yeah.
Spanish at home.
Yeah, they're a Spanish-speaking Amish
Okay.
couple, Carbon. It makes total sense.
Yeah. In America, I don't. It's
She-
probably true.
Yeah, her native language though, Carvin, is different. It's like a clicky language. I don't speak that. When I purchased her,
Was she Ethiopian?
well, she's from the small tribe of indigenous
Dude,
people
you
here in
say
the
that
Americas.
as a
The
joke,
small
but
tribe
I
of-
dated a girl who clicked.
They live not too far off of Venezuela in a small country that you guys haven't heard of. Kind of in between, actually. They don't really have
Naturally.
the same borders. But anyway, slavery is still practiced in some parts of the world, and you know, I actually ended up purchasing her because she was kind of asking me, you know, the way she was looking at me. So I was like, you know, if I don't buy you, someone else is.
Holy
And
shit.
at one point, I told her she could leave, but she never did. So
The thing is,
Nothing
JJ is
says-
actually being serious.
Nothing says I love you like the next guy might have more money.
Was it Guyana that you went to?
This is a sweet deal. I gotta.
it was close. It was in between. It was in between French Guiana and Suriname, actually. Carbon, you're good with
okay.
geography.
Yes, I know South America.
God.
Yeah.
So it's French Guiana then.
Yes.
Is it pronounced Guyana?
Like Guyana.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I can't fault
really-
you for that.
I really do find it funny that like the French and the Portuguese, like a majority of the world speaks their languages and they have zero power outside of their own country. But that's great.
It's kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Like France is a joke. I mean,
Oh yeah. So is French
Like-
Canadian.
oh, that's even worse. I'm sorry, Frederick. I mean, Canada, like Steven Crowder says it best. Like you're the only country to never stand up to the monarchy, and you still have them on your money, and you don't even acknowledge it.
Hold on, you don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Whoa!
When the Queen came to Quebec in 1960, she had a.
Oh, that's right.
She rode through
yes.
Montreal. The entire population was there with
Yeah,
their
that's right.
backs turned to the monarchy. So
Wait,
don't
really?
talk to me about standing up to the monarchy.
Wait, are you
That's
kidding?
right. Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah,
I
I got
never kid about that kind of stuff.
They had their backs to the monarchy?
Yes, they made a,
Yeah.
a protest. We're French. We're not English.
Dude, that's fucking
Yes.
hardcore.
And the only reason we lost JJ's because France abandoned us. Those
That's true.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But they do make good bagels.
And then they try to break and like there's always that inkling like Quebec wants to break away, but they just don't know how.
Have you
Oh,
ever thought of
geez.
going to live in Haiti to be with your other French brothers?
Listen,
Ooh,
my
I've been
friends,
to Haiti.
my friends are in
Go
El
hang out
Salvador
there,
now.
see how that works out.
No, all my friends are in El Salvador, and what's the other place?
Argentina.
Bitcoin Jungle. So yeah, people are moving away from here.
We have Art Haida. He says, phone dying, night all. Too many streams and Ethan isn't even on yet. Thank you for being here, Art Haida. We appreciate it, man.
That's not an excuse,
Yeah.
Art. You need backup batteries for next time.
Also, I love how he's like kind of side saying, like, yeah, if Ethan was streaming, I wouldn't have watched your guys'
Right?
stream.
That's
You know
a
what I
Or
mean?
how
very-
he kept,
That's
or
kinda
how
what
he
he's
kept
saying
saying, like,
there.
yeah, your book looks cool, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. In comparison to bullshit, I mean, your book looks cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what
There's
he's saying there.
There's nobody else streaming right now, though. I don't know what he's talking about.
So basically, you're a side chick, Patrick. Is
Yeah, that's what I am to Art Haida.
You're
Just
the
a
2
no
a.m.
good, dirty
the-
side chick.
You're the 2 a.m. fat chick that swallows.
Oh my god.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
I hate to
I'll
break
call
it
you in the
down that
morning.
Mojo's on
I
6
yeah.
beers now, ladies and gentlemen. He
you know,
went
I
into
had
the
to no, I
swallow
had to break it
territory.
down that simple. I had to break it down that simple. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to stay? It's getting kind of late.
No, I don't want to watch Roswell. Sorry, that's actually I said that to a chick a long time ago. No, I was like, no. She's like, I can stay. I was like, no, that's okay. I don't really want to watch any more Roswell.
That's hilarious.
Bringing back some memories.
The
Yeah.
douchiest thing I ever said to a girl was, "What happened? We were making
Oh no,
out.
that's not the douchiest thing I've said way worse. But keep going.
We were making
Oh.
out on a table because for whatever reason I was like, yeah, this beer pong table is now where we're gonna make out. We were on the table making out, and then I went to Notre Dame for a year, and at Notre Dame they have these things called what is the word for it? Parietals. It was some weird word that I had not heard before. It sounded French to me, to be honest. And it was like, you know, like the time that girls are not allowed to be in the guys' dorms because it was, you know, separated by sex. And that was 2 a.m. So it rang 2 a.m. and we were just sucking face and all that. And then I was just like, all right. And I slapped her and I was like, good work. And then that's all I said. And then I just let her out of my dorm. That was the douchiest I think I've ever been to a woman.
That was good work you did there.
Yeah, it was good work. What am
Yeah.
I supposed to say? And I mean that we were just like all we did was make out. We didn't do anything else. You know, I was more of an innocent kid. And so, and then, yeah. But anyway, it seemed right at the time. Still seems pretty right, actually. And then I got in trouble because I broke parietals again. I broke it. So, like, I had her over for a little bit longer. And I was in Marine Corps ROTC at the time. And my, what was he, a sergeant? I think he was a sergeant. It's so, alcohol does like a number on your memory after a certain period of time. And so like he was not happy with me, but he was like, my parents were far more upset with me because, they're like, you had a girl in your dorm at 3 a.m. What were you doing? And I was like, we were talking
She was just
about
sucking my toes.
Soundgarden.
Oh.
But the sergeant was like, no, he was a colonel. It was Colonel Miller. How could I forget that? He was like, I don't care at all. Just don't let it happen again because Notre Dame will get mad at you. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he was a chill guy, really cool guy. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the show. I gave a second there to see if anybody would say anything. And we're at 3 hours now, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic stuff. Thank you to everybody who showed up. I don't know how many people are watching the show right now. I can't tell anymore because once I started streaming to X as well, I guess it says 9. 9 people are watching. We have 157 impressions, I guess what you would say, on X. So people have like clicked on it or scrolled by it or something. I don't know what counts.
Views. Essentially, those are views.
Just like, does that mean like people actually stopping and listening to the audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Well-
listening in and they're tracking down your location.
That's okay. You can track down my location. It'd be a very horrible idea for you to come to my apartment without telling me you're coming here. Lowell, great segue, Patrick. Thank you. Very smooth. Thank you, Skeleton Core. I appreciate it. Don't come here. I mean that. Please, please don't. I'm not asking people to pull up. I'm not asking people to do that. I'm saying, please leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. If you come here, you will suffer the consequences of coming here. And my address is really not that difficult to find. So, because I don't care about things like that. Because I don't have wife and kids. You know what I mean? When you got wife and kids, it changes your whole life, doesn't it, Hojo? When you got a wife and kids, you're like, oh, I got to think about shit that I never had to think about before.
Yes, safety and security number one, but like I said, I was an only child. Consideration and thinking for other people was never my forte. It's something that's learned.
So, real quick before we go, because I actually am quite fascinated about this. Was that like maybe something that happened early in your marriage where you were like, oh shit, I don't think about things this way. I need to fix this, so I do.
Yeah, not talking the entire day. That's a big no-no with the ladies. Like they don't like that. They're like they think is something wrong. ... And then that's when I'm just like, shut the fuck up. No, nothing's wrong. I just don't feel like talking because I don't have to express every feeling that I have at every given moment, and I don't need to relay them to you.
Mm-hmm.
I know it makes him sound like an asshole, but it is an adjustment because I've never had to think about I've never had to take other people's feelings into account. Like when I was in high school, I was dating a chick, and like when I talked to her and I talked to her on the phone or I'm with her, that's it. But other than that, like they don't like you're with this person every day, unless
I tried to say something nice to a girl once, like because I missed her when the days we wouldn't see her, and I would say, "Oh, it's nice that we have days that we're not together, right?" Because then we miss each other.
Wow.
They
don't like that.
Swing and a miss.
Came out wrong. That was a bad idea.
She's like, goodbye.
You said what?
Texting,
How
in my
can there be a
opinion.
day where you're glad you're not with me?
Yeah.
What is that?
You might as well have said, gosh, it's great that I get to see other women at the same time, isn't it?
And also, like, I've learned just sometimes, and that actually, like, dealing with a woman is kind of like dealing with social media. You don't have to think out loud all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can just keep it inside. Sometimes, like, if she does something that irritates the fuck out of you, or if you see a creator that says something stupid and you're like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't have to say it. Just think it.
Just turn it off and throw it in the closet.
Or go to tweet it and then just like delete the tweet and then pretend you press send.
Yeah.
It's cathartic sometimes, you know.
Hojo, if I ever say or do something that you're just like, shut the fuck up, please just post it.
Oh, dude,
Please.
I'll let you know.
Please.
I think really
Don't post
people
it,
have
at least
gotten
DM me and just be like, you're a retard for saying this. And
yeah.
just-
Oh, dude, I have the Maury Povich thing saved. Like the results are in. You are a retard. I have that meme loaded up for everybody. But the thing is, over like I've been creating about 2 years. I came on the scene like little less than 3 years ago. Like I've learned to just like let a lot of things go and just let people be who they are, and to kind of not take everything at face value.
Yeah.
And if there's a certain thing that comes out, and this goes for everything, not just in comic book land, give it 48 hours to react, because you don't have all the facts. I can promise you probably don't. And that goes within like it's an old it's probably common vernacular now, and basically in conservative circles. You ever heard the term trust but verify?
Yeah.
Trust it, but verify it before you comment. Don't run with it before you have all the facts.
Yeah.
And also pick your battles. I found that to be that's a good nugget of advice.
Mm-hmm.
Because
sometimes you're going to deal with the person, like you can spell it out for them and show them everything. They're like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, this is the fact. These are facts. You're wrong. I don't know where you're getting your information. No. You're just stop. At that point, you just realize that this person is intellectually deficient, and there's no change in their mind. You can't change anyone's. I think that's a big mistake on social media. People think they can always change people's minds with facts.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Facts don't matter. Opinions are very strong. Opinions sometimes are stronger than facts.
I've come to the realization that, well, not the realization, but the idea that you are never, ever, ever going to convince anybody on social media of your opinion exactly. Like, could you do it in person? Theoretically, some people have that belief. You know, if I was in person, I could convince them. I could, change them, change their.
Bro, I used
that might
to
be true, but on social
Yeah.
media, it is not true. Like you
I mean, if
cannot,
that was
like
the
you will
case,
not
ads would
convince.
try
I
to
used to be
convince-
amazing at selling weed. Like I could convince people to give up their last $20. It's like it's a skill, but I could never do that in today's climate. Sometimes I would think, just because like you cannot convince people that what they believe is. You can show. It is very earth shattering to show someone that what they believe isn't true. They don't want to admit it. They will not. It does. It's like 404 error. It does not compute.
Yeah,
It's like telling someone it's like once people realize that they've been fed a lie, or what they've been supporting, championing, rah flag. Once you realize it's not real, then you get angry. You don't want to accept reality. The inability to accept reality is very prominent on social media, because everybody wants to be right. No matter what, you will fight to the death that you are right.
Right.
And then when you're shown the truth that, quote unquote, God's not real, or I hate to say that term, but that's how people understand.
That's how it is. I was about to say, everybody has something like that where
they lose it.
For example,
I
people
believe
on the
me,
right,
I went through it. I used to think in the 90s, I would have been a hardcore Clinton supporter, man. And I was, until my history teacher showed me what they were doing, what the Whitewater thing was going.
You have
and then they showed me everything
blowjobs
else.
a lot. So,
What man I do? What man doesn't? If you don't like blowjobs, you're gay.
I've never had a good one, so I don't know what to say. But anyway, continue with your point.
But yeah, man, it's just like
don't laugh, JJ. It's not funny.
I'm just shaken by the fact that Patrick just said that.
Well, you're shaking like in a like. What am I supposed to do? It's not my fault.
God Almighty. Let's get back to the topic.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying, Hojo?
I'm fucking
man.
done.
I don't.
Time to shut it down.
God,
yeah, I'm saying,
you
like,
always laugh at me. This is what happens on my show, Hojo. You understand? I bring on people like JJ. I bring up people like Carbon. They always fucking laugh at me. What am I supposed
gotta
to do? I'm just being
stand up for
honest
yourself.
with
You gotta-
people.
Be a fucking man. Stand up for yourself. Take control.
I'm going to stand up for myself. You know what I'm
kick
saying?
him right now. Mute everybody. Kick
You
him. Kick
fucking
me.
suck.
Kick
You know
Carbon,
what?
all
Yeah.
of
Next time you grab her by the hair.
Kicking
All
me
right,
out.
and you
You
just
fucking get the fuck out of here.
it. Take it.
Get
Take
the
it.
fuck out of here. I'm going to get rid of Frederick too, just for good measure. Get the fuck
And-
out of here. Hojo.
And back to Mythicals. You better not kick me.
Back the
Everybody-
Mythicals 1 through
everybody
3,
back to
please, right
Mythicals.
now on FundMyComic,
Ship-
ladies and
ship
gentlemen.
it
It's going
right
to be a
now.
great time. It's a great, no, I mean that. Like, there may be some jokes going on here, but Mythicals is a fantastic, utterly fantastic comic book. It's one of those things where the professionals in Comicsgate say, hey, do work at a professional level. And Hojo goes,
I got
Okay.
you.
yeah,
I got you.
here we go. And we're just going to do it. So fantastic stuff. I posted the link in the chat, and it's also in the description of this video. Please go check that out. Back this now. You've got, it's storefront now, right?
Yeah, man.
Gosh, see how great this is with them gone? Like, they don't even,
I know. They can't.
like,
they
we
can't
have
interrupt
time to
me.
talk now. We could
Yeah,
talk
it's
about all
printed.
kinds of things.
It's ready to go. I've been shipping out books. People are loving them. It's if you're new, it's $25 to jump in with a little bit of shipping. If you're, if you've been on the train, I dropped the
I'm
price
back.
and up the page count. You got $10. If you're new,
It's only
if you're not new,
$10.
like Patrick, you got a fucking hell of a deal. Anybody who's new jumping on, 78 pages. It's basically, you think about it, it's like a graphic novel. 78 pages, $25, $10 shipping. Boom, done. You get a nice thank you letter, and if you're nice to me, and if I know who you are, you get a personalized thank you letter. And sometimes I throw in extras because loyalty is rewarded here at South River Studios.
And loyalty is rewarded here on the Comicsgate Commandos. So thank you for being here, Hojo. You are
man.
one of the few
for having
people
me.
who was a returning guest. We appreciate you being here. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, man.
I can't speak for Carbon and JJ, who seem a little butthurt about the entire evening, but no, I'm just joking. And Frederick obviously
doing
is
fine.
always here, showing us the beautiful artwork that he's doing on
I'm just
Raquel.
smiling and laughing.
So anyway,
great
ladies and
toxic
gentlemen,
stream.
it was a good
It's
fantastic.
it's not my fault.
Next week we're going to be talking about, because Carbon and I are going to go see it, and hopefully Frederick as well.
I will.
And
as well, yeah.
JJ, if JJ wants to, JJ's been here 2 weeks in a row now. That's actually for a regular Comicsgate Commando. That's a good record. So thank you for being here, JJ. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
And so
What?
we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts next week. If you want to
Oh,
go,
okay.
if you have a chance, I know you got kids and stuff. And by the way, it's really, some people might complain about it, but I hear children in the background.
Yeah.
And I know it's you, and I'm like, that's so wholesome. It's fucking
Oh, thank
sick.
you.
I'm not going to
No.
say anything negative. I hope you have your headphones on so they don't hear my language. But it's so great. The new generations, you know what I mean? Our future is in the children. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that message, we will bid you adieu. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Adieu.